episode 99. The PlayStation's out and it's huge.
We got a little while longer to wait for Cyberpunk.
And our controversial gaming opinions in this episode of The Critical Path. Anyway, hello everyone, welcome. This is Hack the Dino's Critical Path. My name's Ben Rosenthal.
My name's Daniel McGuinness.
My name's Floppy Starrett.
Usually I give them nicknames.
Do it.
Okay, I'm joined by the Limb Collector, Dan McGuinness. The gaming anthropologist and Xbox's #1 fan, Floppy Starrett.
Hello, everyone.
And over on the keyboards, Mr. Zoomer himself, the Millennial Falcon, Braden Dixon.
Over here on the ones and twos, how are we?
I said Zoomer, not Boomer.
And on the main mic, we have the Retro Raider, Ben Rosenthal.
Oh, you guys remember Ring Raiders?
Yes. Yeah, the little aircraft on the ring.
Literally, yeah. Ring Raider, that's the most inappropriate named toy I've ever come across. Anyway.
And finger to use.
We are live over on twitch.tv/HackTheDino. I'm excited. We've got a huge show. It is ridiculous. But twitch.tv/HackTheDino. So be sure to head over there and watch us do the thing live. If you want to watch it afterwards, you can head over to youtube.com/HackTheDino.
Hack the Dino.
Hack the Dino.
And watch our VODs, mate.
That's right, we're a vodcast as well as a podcast, so youtube.com/HackTheDino. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, do the minute-long watching things. If you don't like our faces, head on over to iTunes or Spotify or SoundCloud.
All major podcasting services.
Around
the globe. Oh, no. We're biting hard on another podcast there.
You can also join us on Facebook and on all the other socials, but more about that a little bit later on. We're going to get right into the show now because we've had a huge freaking week. We're going to kick it off with the little, what was it tonight? It was a production? What's the word I'm looking for, Dan?
The EA Play, which I have covered as a roving reporter.
That's right. Hang on. No. Sorry. We've got our reporter on the scene there. Dan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm right laying back in the beanbag.
Okay. So Dan, you're covering EA Play for us. What have you found?
So, as we all know, I'm just going to ignore you now, Ben. As we all know, EA Play was... when was it exactly? The actual time? It was
It was this morning.
Oh. I forgot that this version of the show, we never do like this in this bit. There's no border down the bottom there.
That's okay. Cool.
Now, do you want me to take it to the news? Like the news section?
Yeah, take it into the news section.
Alright, let's jump over here.
Otherwise, there are things that need to be done.
Shh, the titles are there.
Shh. Oh, beanbag news. Okay, so EA Play was this morning for me in the beanbag when I watched it on VOD YouTube. It went through a whole bunch of stuff, new stuff for EA. So I'm just gonna go down the list of stuff that I kind of did a little bit of notes for it. So first up, we're gonna talk about the big hitter. As you can see here, we've got they did like a whole bunch of stuff. They did a whole bunch of hype here. But first up, I want to talk about the Star Wars Squadrons.
Wow, that's a totally different game.
Yeah,
that is a very different game.
You play as that big thing in Empire Strikes Back that comes out of the asteroid and tries to eat the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, what is that? I'm sure that thing has a name.
That's an asteroid slug.
So basically, they showed a whole bunch of footage. They had the main designer or whatever on there, and he is the biggest Star Wars fan I'd ever seen in my life. He showed pictures of the interiors of X-Wing cockpits that he drew as a little kid, and they were full crayon and everything.
Who's this?
The guy who created this game. I can't remember his name.
He showed you them.
No, in the presentation. What we're watching now is just the footage they showed. They had interviews and everything. Yeah. So this is basically, it's the same guys that did Battlefront 2, the space one in that. And they've made a whole game out of it. They've made it like 5-on-5, so it's multiplayer. So you're in with 5 other mates in a team, and you verse 5 other mates, other guys that are in like the bad guys team.
But don't you have to play the single player in order to get to that first?
Yeah, so you have to
thank God, there's single player.
I think it's a 9-hour campaign or something like that. So yeah, it looks really good, and you've got like different. So you've got your X-Wing, you've got your different classes like in a multiplayer game. So you get your X-Wing, you've got your A-Wings for your speed, you've got
bombers.
Yeah, bombers and all stuff like that. And he says, like, you can just play it and you can just play it through. But you can also get really good at it and start doing really crazy moves. So everything in your dash you can do. So you can do, like you can go, like, put down the engines, like, you know, crank them up so they stall. That can make you flip around in the air. And then you put all your shields to your front and fire missiles and do, like...
Space physics.
Yeah, and just stuff like that. And supposedly... Yeah, it just sounds crazy fun. Like,
it does look amazing. I'm not good at these types of games. It reminds me a lot of like Overwatch. I'm really crap, but I will be getting. It just makes me wish I was better at games, so I could enjoy this a lot more.
So you customize your character, Bravo.
Well, thankfully, with that, if you're getting a campaign, you can at least warm up.
Yeah. Also, you can see so you got lots of upgrades, lots of cosmetic upgrades and stuff like that, which they did mention. All of them are unlockable by playing the campaign.
That's awesome.
So there's no loot boxes. There's no battle passes. There's no seasons. There's no paying after you get it, and you pay your $40 US, get the whole game.
EA
go from there.
are trying really, really hard to make up for all the bollocks with
and the whole thing. I don't know if I mentioned this. The whole thing is in VR as well.
Yeah,
you can play it in VR. So obviously
So can we just come around here and take turns?
Yeah. But the thing is, like,
you guys can come too.
That means though that component of it is only kind of going to be on PlayStation and PC, because there's no Xbox VR, is there?
No.
Or can you plug a Vive into an Xbox?
I don't know.
You think you would, because it's a Microsoft product. Why haven't they done that yet? Why isn't that a thing? Is that a thing?
No, because I think Phil, what's his name, Spencer, has said that VR isn't at a level where they see it's worthwhile investing in.
I don't think it's good enough.
They have come out and said they're not going to bother.
Yeah,
half like Alex though. That proves a bit more.
Yeah, it does.
Anyhow, so yeah, moving on. Otherwise, we're going to be here all night. Second thing they announced was a new.
By the way, that's out October 2nd.
October 2nd.
And $40 US.
Second thing they worked out. Second thing they want to show was Apex Legends as an upgrade for that. So there's a whole bunch of new characters. I watched this and I was like, man, I really should play this game once.
Have you not played this at all?
No.
I thought you streamed this.
I tried to install it once. It didn't work. I couldn't get it to work.
Have any of us actually played this?
No.
No, I installed it and then realized, like, when it first came out, I thought, oh yeah, because I do like Fortnite. I thought, oh yeah, I'll give that a crack. And you had to play it with people. And I said, oh, no thanks.
You have to play Fortnite with people?
No, you have to play... No,
you have to be on teams.
You have to be on a team of 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
so they got new maps coming out.
1, 2, 3...
The big thing I noticed in this whole EA thing is every game that came up, they all mentioned, they went, and it's cross-play.
It's going to be huge.
Every single game, every developer, everyone mentioned that it's crossplay, and then at the end they also said, and it's coming to the Switch crossplay. So,
yep. So you can be playing on your Switch against PC players.
Yeah, you'll win.
Have fun, guys.
Exactly. They did a whole bunch of like announcements as well. A lot of games are coming to Steam. So next one that they got into was Rocket Arena. So this game did not woo me very well. This is the wrong video.
Oh, is it?
Did I forget to put in the Rocket Arena?
Yeah, it's just not here, mate.
Oh, don't worry about it then. Rocket Arena, it's kind of like an arena one where all you get is rocket launchers. You can fire rockets, but it looked like a bit of a moneymaker. They mentioned seasons, they mentioned passes, they mentioned like upgrades, payable upgrades. So I'm like, nah, I'm out on that one.
Is this the one that kind of looked like a bit of a mobile game?
It looked like Fortnite, like that kind of style. Render. I can't believe I forgot to put that in there. Oops. I'm going to move past. So the next one is Lost in Random. They announced. So this game looks very cool. This is done by, I think they're Swedish dudes. They had them talking about it. They were hilarious. Their names are, have I got it written in here? Their names are Olov and Klaus.
They're from a Disney film, aren't they?
They basically look like they are. One of the dudes has a mohawk, a bright orange mohawk, which is natural orange, that goes down into like a 1 foot ponytail that's plaited. Very much like Ben. It's like, imagine Ben with a mohawk and a giant ponytail. And
it's
look
not
like
a
that.
bad idea, actually.
So this thing looked very much. It looked like Nightmare Before Christmas. Like the characters, the looks of it. It looked like it was stop motion, even though it wasn't. I thought it was very cool, and it's set in the world of random, and you find there's a dice that decides the fate of the world, and you, as this little girl, find another dice. So you're interrupting the randomness of this thing. But if you look at like the visuals here, they're very, very Tim Burton-y Nightmare Before Christmas. But it looked really good. The girl and it looks like a kind of a God of War like smasher. If I don't know what that style of game is. But the girls, I liked her dialogue.
I think a smasher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her dialogue was
smasher.
very sassy. I liked it. And yeah, that was another one. Once again, they're all going, and crossplay across all the way. Next thing I thought was really weird is they announced like some Sims 4 content, but all it was just that Sims is on Steam now.
Yeah, so what they're doing, and I've noticed this with all these announcements, and you said it quite a couple of times, is they keep stressing coming to Steam, because before now, it was the Epic Game Store, not the Epic Game Store, Origin. And that was the only place you could play these on PC, and Origin's garbage. Like, not a lot of people
I tried to join up and I couldn't do it.
EA are clearly listening to the criticisms that they've had over the past couple of years and going, you know what, we probably need to address this bad image we've got and sort of give these people what they want. So they're listening to you. They're putting it on Steam. They're putting on crossplay on everything. They're bringing 7 titles in total to the Switch. So I have no idea which ones they're going to be. I'm going to guess Sims. I also think we're going to get Mass Effect Trilogy for Switch.
Maybe, yeah.
Ooh.
I can't see why not.
It's
an old enough game now to run on the Switch.
Yeah, exactly. Well, 360. It'll be perfect.
That'd be a ripper.
The thing I noticed in this, so they had this video, like, they went into the full, with all the problems in the world at the moment, you know, you've got the Black Lives Matter, you got all the, everything happening at the moment. They went into a diatribe about that, which is good, and it was nice, but it kept going and going and going, and by the end of it, basically, they said, like, if you play The Sims 4, you can play your ultimate life where none of these bad things are happening in it. And it was like...
That's rough.
Ooh, it was kind of weird. And you can be whoever you want without prejudice. Like, without any of this hate and all stuff like that. And I actually thought it was a bit weird. It might just be me, but it was...
Yeah, like, if you're going to market something... Do not take actual real life problems and try and twist a marketing spin onto it.
That's right.
It's not cool.
It seemed earnest and proper at the start, but as it went on, it twisted it into like, and that doesn't happen in The Sims. Like, go to The Sims.
No,
but yeah, so I thought it was a bit weird. Next, I didn't even know what it was. They just kind of started this video, which had like some Madden footage, which was opened by like Lamar Jackson, the American football player.
Sure, it's Madden,
just on his what?
Is it Madden?
They got Madden.
No. But they just had him on his phone. He was just actually phoning it in, bad quality,
legitimately phoning it in.
Yeah, bad quality. Artifacting on the screen and everything. He's like, "Yo, this is happening," and blah blah blah. And I was like, "Ugh." And then it just cut to like a montage of EA sports games, but it didn't say anything. It didn't. And then at the end, they were like, "Oh, did you see those announcements from FIFA and Madden?" I'm like, "No." All I got was a montage of sports games, and it didn't actually say anything was coming out.
Interesting thing there is that they've announced, I think, Madden on the Xbox Series X.
I'll get to that
release, and they announced NBA 2K21 on the PlayStation 5. So I think what that was is a hint of what's coming in next gen. So one thing that really confused me about reading the report, I haven't seen the whole thing yet, which is why Dan's taking the lead on this.
Thing.
They didn't address anything that they've got for next gen, which is out in a couple of months.
Well,
there was no next gen stuff.
Well, I think some of these are just next gen things. They just didn't mention. They just never mentioned what they were on.
Maybe they're not allowed to yet.
But they said like, you're going to be able to play this on your PlayStations and your Xboxes. That's all they kind of said. Next up, after that, they announced the big one, Skate 4.
Did they call it Skate 4?
No, they just called it Skate.
Okay.
I can tell you what.
They said new skate game. They did say Skate 4, I think.
If they do not replace the A in Skate with a 4 in the logo, they are breaking the law. That's illegal. You're not allowed to do it.
It's true. Oh, there you can see, Floppy, they announced a remastered version of Command & Conquer.
Oh, I saw that, like a little snippet. That got me so excited to see.
Jiggered up graphics, all the expansions.
I love Command & Conquer.
And that's on Steam now, apparently.
I love it so much. Are they still going to have the cutscenes with Kane? All the FMV ones? Oh, God, I hope so. Can we go do that now? Let's go play that.
Yeah, we could.
See.
So yeah, they announced Skate 4. They didn't have any footage or anything. And to tell you the truth, the main guys that were like getting interviewed for it, they're kind of like, yeah, we haven't really even started it yet. It's like they just got told that morning.
They did the Super Nintendo. Quick, get a logo. Here we go. Have a GIF. It's in development.
I didn't think it even had it didn't have a logo or anything. It was just cut to them talking about it.
There was no footage?
No, nothing.
Was one of them holding a skateboard?
One of them had a skateboard in the background. One of them was like an old gnarl dude. Like you could tell he was an old skater.
One was doing a sick ollie.
No, he wasn't. And then a bunch of, as we said before, most of them all mentioned that they were all coming to Switch for crossplay. So that's 7 of the games are coming to Switch. Crossplay was mentioned heaps, but it didn't actually mention anything was on next gen console, but you can assume that all of them were on next gen console.
Never assume, Dan, because if you assume, you're an ass.
Makes an ass out of you and
No,
me.
just you. You're an ass.
Question
Okay,
in
let's
chat.
go on.
That's it.
We got a
Yeah.
question in the chat.
Okay, Skate or Tony Hawk better?
Tony
I
Hawk.
like Tony Hawk. I mean,
There you go. Hard-hitting questions.
Tony Hawk.
But Skate is a very good game for skateboarding, and I just found it was too real. Like, I just wanted to relax, and I don't want to have to sit there and I can ollie in real life. I don't want to sit there and put my thumb down and kick it up with the other thing. I just want to press a button to ollie.
Yeah,
I like
first
Tony
world
Hawk
problems.
for the same reason I like Need for Speed. I'd like arcade instead of simulation.
Fair enough.
That's just me.
Yeah, same here.
Well, talking about things we like, I sure did like that PlayStation 5 reveal event last week that we haven't been able to talk about yet. So we're going to do that now. All right, we'll kick it off
with the heavy hitter.
with the heavy hitter. Rockstar putting up their logo and then going, hey, Grand Theft Auto 5. That was dodgy as hell.
That's not the order we've got.
I
here.
know, but it was
I had
so...
to change it.
Like, remember when they released... they announced Red Dead 2 was going?
Yes.
And they tweeted out the Rockstar logo just in red, and the entire of the Twitter sphere went into meltdown.
Yes.
They did that here
The
with Rockstar, and
start
everyone
of
goes,
the
oh, it's 6! No, it's 5 again, guys. 3 generations it's gone across
Yeah,
now.
I saw a gif of a photo. It was like trilogies back in the day, and it was like Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Yeah, trilogies now is like Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 5.
I believe that's in the same amount of time
Yeah.
that all of those got developed. It's just been this.
It's just
But
been one.
on the other hand, Grand Theft Auto 5 is like the highest selling game in history
Yeah.
and continues to earn buckets of money for
This
them.
was definitely their weakest point of the thing. I don't know why they opened with it. I feel this should have been a tap.
No, they just need to
I-
get it out of the way.
Okay.
I agree with this being at the start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it
you
was
think
one of
it's a
those
good
things that it was do it, get it out of the way.
Yep.
This just shouldn't have been in it. Should have been a press release.
No, they needed something.
A tweet?
They needed
Yeah,
something.
tweet.
It grabbed your attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it got you started.
And then they
It did
followed it
show
up.
me heaps of parts of Grand Theft Auto 5 I've never seen as well. Like this stuff.
Like Death Race 2000?
Tron levels and stuff.
And
like
the
downward,
DeLoreans, yeah.
downwards
This is
downwards
all-
racing.
That's all online.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's on.
But that's
on
all it
GTA
is.
Online.
It is just Grand Theft Auto Online.
No, because the 3 guys you saw there are the 3 main characters
Yeah, that's
from,
right, yeah.
from
I'm
the
wrong.
story.
All right.
What's his name and the other guy and what's his face?
Speaking
Trevor?
of what's his name, another guy, here's another guy that you might want to listen to and watch if you can. Miles Morales is here. And as Braden has exceptionally coined this phrase in an expand-alone adventure.
Expand alone. Did you make that up, Brayden?
Expand-alone.
It's so good.
I've seen a lot of different versions of it going around.
Just
Now,
own it.
I've never read a Miles Morales comic. I've watched the Spider-Verse movie.
Sorry, what
Does he have electric powers?
what store do you want?
Yes.
Why does it? I just don't like
He has
I just don't like
electric
superheroes that much. But like,
Comics too? Guy.
yeah, I do own a comic store. I just haven't read any Miles Morales.
He has electric powers in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, so
that's what I saw.
It's not electric powers, it's a sting. It's a venom sting. And he can also camouflage his appearance, which is what you see in some of them where he's sort of like outlined.
Yeah,
He's got different powers
that.
to Peter Parker.
So this looks sick.
It's so good.
This as soon as this came on, I was like, oh man, they're really going for this. This gave me tingles. I got better tingles later for something really weird, which we'll get into when we get to it.
Nuggets?
Braden.
I had a heart attack.
Yep.
I was so excited. Oh my god.
Miles is a fantastic character, and I put it out in my tweet. I have read Spider-Man since I was 8 years old. I've read Peter Parker through all growing up. My daughter's name is Parker, named after Spider-Man. I'm saying this as a huge Spider-Man fan. It's time for Peter to step away and let Miles be
Yeah,
number
well,
one.
I've always thought that Miles Morales is a way more interesting character.
The problem they made with,
Even though I
just
don't
getting
read it.
completely off the subject, the problem with Peter
Right.
Parker was that they let him age. They let him age out of high school and grow up and become a 25-year-old
married
college
and shit.
dropout. And they had to do that because back then they had no idea that the comics were going to last 60 years. You know, they thought
you
it would
had to
go
keep
on
it-
for a year. And
You have to keep it fresh.
exactly, they just wanted to experiment with things. But with Miles, they can keep him perpetually at a 17-year-old.
Yeah, because they
and-
won't make that mistake again.
Exactly.
He'll be
And
Bart
that's-
Simpson.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, and
the
that's
best
fine.
way to do it.
That's completely fine.
Yeah, and it's just time for Miles. to take-
Hagrid Ashraf in the chat goes,
My
my
Spidey-
pants became expand alone watching that trailer.
I like my Spidey tingle is sensing.
Spider-Man is not included.
I love Spider-Man. Are we all Spider-Man fans? Like, I've been reading Spider-Man for...
I like Spider-Man.
It was like the second comic I ever bought.
I read Superior, and I thought that was really cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
I even read through the Clone Saga, for God's sake.
Oh, that yeah.
Like, I read through that.
I played
Same.
Maximum Carnage. Does that count?
Yeah, right.
Do you know
yeah,
what else? You might see some Maximum Carnage.
I did watch the Spider-Man film and then name my child Miles.
You'll see Maximum Carnage
Oh.
in the new Ratchet and Clank adventure.
So this is where I got the tingles.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank, Rip a Fart, coming soon.
Could have guessed. Oh my god.
Rip a fart.
Rip a Fart.
This is the one thing. This is the thing that wowed me the most. Like seeing the visuals in this.
It is! I didn't even notice it!
What?
Rip apart.
It's ripped apart. But
Yeah, but it looks like Rip Apart.
Yeah.
Is that what they would be doing? Is it?
Well, they've done Up
That's
Your
how
Arsenal.
That's
Up your
how they
arsenal, yeah.
tear a hole in reality.
But yeah. So the bit in this that really got me going is at the end when there's the alternate reality Ratchet, Ratchet, and
you see
I was like, oh my god! And then I thought, oh, who's that? And then they announced later on that it's going to be a playable character.
Wasn't it like a lady Ratchet?
Yeah.
White one.
Blessing Aode from Kinda Funny had the best tweet about this.
Look at this.
He had a picture of the female Ratchet, and it said, "I'm not a furry, but don't push me, Insomniac."
That's amazing. And so this,
Look at this, looks
I've
great.
always thought that the Ratchet and Clank games really push a hardware. And then you're seeing this, and then it's like, okay, every second of this game has to go to a different reality and
This
world.
looked fantastic, and I think what it showed as well as the solid state drive, and in all its glory, the way it just instantly loads levels. Like they go through a warp hole, and boom, you're playing in another already loaded level. It was insane.
Yeah, that's pretty unreal.
And the beauty of going into this and not having it as a reveal trailer that's just cinematic, this is gameplay.
This is gameplay, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And this is on over the internet on our non-4K TVs. So this thing is going to look mind-blowingly sexy.
Yeah.
You're right. The Chaz pointed out that it's not a female Ratchet. It's a female Lomix.
I couldn't remember
Yes, that
the
is true.
species name of Ratchet. I apologize.
That's like saying a female Dan is my wife.
I was going to jump in and say it, but then I thought it would be a
Here
little
it
bit nerdy.
is. Big moment.
Here it comes.
We're just going to podcast people. Clank's laying down. What's
Look at
going
Clank's
on?
ray
And then
tracing.
bang, the white lady comes in. Lomix.
Rip a fart. Looks great.
Rip a fart.
All
Yeah.
right, Dan. I had this pegged for a Dan game.
So Returnal, straight away, best name ever.
Recturnal? What?
Eternally returning to the moment, Groundhog Day vibe.
Oh,
I wasn't actually sold on this until it showed a tiny bit of actual gameplay, and it looks like it's a cover shooter. And
It looks like Groundhog Day, but as a survival horror.
which is also
It looks amazing. Like, it looks so pretty.
So Groundhog Day is very in at the moment. We've got Deathloop coming up. We've also got that movie that's just come out with Andy Samberg.
Tenet.
What?
Tenet.
No.
No?
Like Palm Beach or whatever it's called, where he's in a
yeah.
time loop.
Oh,
So time loops are hot at the moment. Like, so as we saw, it opens with a lady. She's just what. At first, I thought it looked very Death Stranding.
It looked very Uncanny Valley. I did not like the look. The
One of
model.
her eyes was
You
different
don't like
color.
not quite Frances McDormand.
that looked very Prometheus to me.
Yeah.
It's very like if you look at her face at the start, it looks too plastic. Too plastic. Like the eyes and the teeth are the things that they still can't get right. And yeah, just Uncanny Valley too much. Took me
Fair
out
enough.
of it.
But yeah, I didn't know if I liked this or not, and then suddenly I realized, oh, hang on, this is maybe something I want to do. There was actually another game which we didn't put in here. The one that kind of looked like, it looked like it was Dead Space, the character, but he had like
With the helmet on.
yeah, the helmet. And yeah, doesn't matter.
I don't remember that
I can't remember what it
All
was.
right, so we're going to rattle off some as quick as possible that I think Braden put here.
Yep, just read it word for word.
All right, here I go. I'm reading Braden's words for words. Shout out to Sackboy Has a Mario Adventure, Stray the Cat game, Goodbye Volcano High, the anime humanoid dinosaur teens game, Astrobots Live or Live, whatever.
Live.
You Are What You Eat, and Bug Snacks. We're going to talk about Bug Snacks in a minute.
No.
Hitman again, Deathloop is a disco era Dishonored, and also new Oddworld. Now, just on Bug Snacks, can we stop just saying that this game's good?
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure. I never said it
So
wasn't. in the
you've
first
also
place.
got after Bugsnax, you've got Hitman. Why are
No,
we
I
not
said
talking about
that.
that? Why are we not talking about Oddworld? Why are we still talking about Bugsnax?
It's because we only had a certain amount of time, and I had to cut some things out.
Okay, so then we're going to move on to Kenna Bridges of Spirits, which is a Breath of the Wild esque type game by the team that did I give you the video file for? They made a Unreal Engine Majora's Mask short.
Cynics.
Yeah, they did.
I've never seen this.
The Majora's Mask one or the
Majora's Mask. Well,
yeah, it's great. Look it up now. It's on YouTube.
It's on.
It's
on the screen.
These
right
guys
now.
here, they did this and got the notice of obviously devs and came on board and made Kenna Bridge of Spirits. So it looks amazing.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's great.
I've got Majora's Mask in Breath of the Wild. You really need it in the master mode.
Master mode, yeah, absolutely. Dan,
Oh,
we had what was revealed by Bluepoint.
Now, I
Same
reckon-
makers of
because I said earlier on in the year that they're going to do a Bloodborne 2, but earlier on I said that they're going to remake Demon Souls as well. So I should have solidified that a bit more, and then I would have seemed very smart. So yeah, they did a Demon Souls remake, reboot, rebuild.
It's from the ground up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a remake.
Yeah.
Like, as someone who's played Demon Souls, this looks great. And I'll play this again. I will definitely get into this. I will play it again because it's not as threatening as Dark Souls as a time suck. Like, but it is. But it doesn't feel like that. It's a weird one, Demon Souls. It's really cool. I'm stoked, and PS5 as well, man. Like, look at this stuff. What's happening? What's going down?
Do you think this is a good move? Like, shouldn't they have just done Bloodborne 2?
No.
Oh, who says they're not?
They'd
Alright,
be
fair
working
call.
on it.
Yeah, they'd be working on it. I just reckon this is a great move because this game came out on what, PS3?
Yeah.
And so many people, and it came out, it didn't get the love that Dark Souls did. People like kind of jumped on its Souls. That's why it's Souls-like game. It's not a Demon Souls-like game. Well, it is, but kind. But yeah, I think this is a great time to go back and revisit this game because so many people wouldn't have played it. Radar.
Yeah, this was kind of the game that walked so that Demon Souls could, so that Dark Souls could run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dodge and duck and
Parry.
dive.
And die and die
Parry.
and die and
And
die
parry again.
And now that
and
everyone
die.
loves the genre,
A little bit more
people
parry.
want to go back to Demon Souls.
Yeah, and why not play it on PS5 graphics?
We can all die together. Speaking of dying, there'll be lots of that happening in Resident Evil 8
Oh,
Village,
God.
which was officially revealed. Now, Floppy, big Resident Evil fan, what'd you think?
I am a big fan, and this literally looks so scary. I like that it's got. It looks like it's got elements of obviously number 7.
Mhm.
And
It's the same character.
Same character, but yeah, I just mean in like gameplay, the settings, like it's still taken away from the giant corporation, things like that. Looks more like it's back to little bits of it. Resident Evil 4, obviously the village, which we all saw leaked earlier this year, wasn't a real thing. I am really excited for it. I'm really excited. Did they say whether they're going to do it in VR?
I think it was confirmed, yeah.
I'm really
really?
excited
Yeah.
to try it in VR, this time without my daughter scaring the life out of me.
Just sort of recap that for anyone who hasn't heard that story.
Oh, okay. So if anyone hasn't heard, when Resident Evil 7 first came out and it was all playable in VR, I was doing that. Now I have young children, so I have to wait until they're in bed. It was late at night one night. I had my VR headset on, had my headphones on, so I wasn't wake up the house. My daughter, who was 3 at the time, got up. Would usually walk to our bedroom, saw Daddy in the lounge room,
Playing a very scary video game and
was trying to
complete
call out
immersion.
to me. Couldn't hear her, so what did she do to get my attention? Grabbed my leg. She almost died. I've not played that game since, by the way.
I love
So this is a great move.
This is
This is exactly what they need to do. There is no reason to continue remaking Resident Evil games past 3.
Correct.
So they've gone instead of going, okay, there's no point in doing 4 because it's getting too close to like what we're doing anyway. Like, you know, the gap is too small, and you just don't want to make all the Resident Evil games again because they really don't want to make 6 and 5. They want to jump that shark right out of the world, and so they've gone. Let's do the next Resident Evil game as the bit that continues on from 3, but also continues on from 7. Wait, 7?
Seven.
7,
Yeah,
yeah. 7. And this is the only way. Like, this is the way I said they should have done it. Like, I wish I'd said, but I didn't think
I
they
think you
were.
did.
I didn't think they were gonna do it.
I'm
Or maybe I
pretty
did.
sure one of you said, "Oh, what if they just made 8 sort of a amalgamation of 4?"
I think I did say that.
I
Yeah.
think you did.
I think we talked about. Oh, what I'd like to see, and what I think they might do, is they've done a couple of the remakes. They've done really well. They do a new one, which they've obviously done, and then maybe throw out a remake of like Code Veronica or something. Not 4 because that's already too close to what
Code
they'd
Veronica,
like.
What's going on with Chris Redfield?
he's jaded.
He's an angry man, isn't he?
Nah, he's settled. He's turning into the new Wesker.
You reckon?
Nah.
He was so heroic.
Wait, are you playing the guy from 7 in this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who was that?
Some dude.
Some dude that
It's,
was
it's a new
looking for his
character,
wife.
wasn't it? Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
going to get his wife. Yeah,
But
right.
he found out that the
Well,
people
I haven't
there-
finished it. I haven't finished 7 yet.
Okay.
Shame pile.
So I think we've all had a lot of good picks. Braden, I think you called a Ratchet and Clank game in our predictions. Dan, I'm pretty sure you called Demon Souls and Resident Evil 8. Floppy, you called
Gran Turismo.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You made a call.
your boy, Mr. Benjamin, coming at you hot with Horizon 2 Wild Wild West.
This wasn't
What? Jim West?
this wasn't a hard
Desperado.
one to call.
Quite easy.
Well, to be fair, I did say it was going to be a launch game. It's looking like it won't be out till 2021 now, but we'll say that's
Look
launch
how
window.
pretty that looks. That is amazing.
It does, and I like the way
Everyone kept going, oh, this looks like an expansion. The other one, no, it doesn't. It looks heaps better.
well, they're going underwater for a start, and I think underwater is sort of like the main mechanic they're playing on with this game.
We're going to have so many
Yeah.
underwater mechanical beasts. It's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, can you imagine a metallic shark?
Oh, sperm whale.
Metallic kraken.
Crabs.
Ooh.
I was going to say, because we've seen
at
San
that.
Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge. So
Yeah.
we've got that whole Bay Area.
Spoilers for anyone who hasn't played a 3-year-old game.
No, I should have played it.
Spoilers for
Your
anyone.
fault.
Spoilers for anyone that doesn't live on planet Earth.
Yeah. You haven't played it?
I've been on the moon the whole
Why haven't
time.
you played it?
So, yeah, I think we don't really need to go over this. Everyone knows about it. It's fantastic. It will be fantastic. Really looking forward to it. That turtle. Yeah. All right, so what announcements did we
Flash.
love? I'll kick it off first. Little Devil Inside, for me, I thought looked absolutely amazing.
I have
there
footage of that.
has been some furor lately about how some of the enemies were a bit insensitive. Yeah. To the credit of the developers, they came out and said, yes, we agree with you. Here's a list of things we're changing about them before release.
Wait, what's insensitive? As a bird.
No, there were some tribal enemies which
Oh,
were
okay.
not the best
Oh,
representation of what a
gotcha.
tribal person should be.
Whoops.
But this game it's funny. It looks kind of creepy.
Look at that.
I think
Atmospheric.
from what I could gather together, you're a bounty hunter and you're capturing monsters and bringing them back to get payment.
But it looks amazing.
It looks great. It looks like when you're a kid and you have all these really chunky, weird-looking toys. These are the little guys
They
that
look
we're
like
talking
chibis.
about.
Oh, I gotcha.
You know, when you're a kid and you have all these toys and you're playing and you're hunting. Yeah,
This
that's
bit with
that's what it
Lego.
reminded me.
tsunami chasing them.
Yeah.
Tsunami of sand.
This game looks great. This
Did
was
he
the
just
pick for
shoot
me
that
that
bear in the butt?
I
Yeah.
will
Oh, I'll cheat.
definitely play. Anyway, Dan, what was your pick for the PlayStation 5 announcements?
As in what ones I like the most.
Yeah, what one can you not wait for?
Well, I already said I got goosebumps from Ratchet and Clank. I don't even play Ratchet and Clank games, but that one to me was just like, oh, I really want to play. Of course, I want to delve into Miles Morales. I want to play Deathloop. Actually, yeah. And
Have you played a Ratchet and Clank game
yeah.
before?
Back in
Okay,
the day
cool.
when they were first coming out, and I really
too.
enjoyed them. Like,
Yeah, same. But I'll play this.
They're just dumb fun.
That's the thing as well. I watched this and I thought, oh, there's a game I want to play. Oh, there's a game. Okay. And it just kept on going. I think there's like 8 or 9 games that I definitely want to play. And if they
Yeah.
all come out at launch, I'm in big trouble. Floppy, what about you?
Well, they're not
Uh,
going to come out and look because they all said like summer or
Yeah, but launch window, that's still a lot of money.
I will never financially recover from this.
So Horizon Zero Dawn has been one of my favorite RPGs of the last 5 or 6 years. So I'm really excited for that. But I'm really, really keen to play Spider-Man with my son,
Yeah, cool.
Thomas. He is the biggest Spider-Man fan. In fact, every time that he's over, we need to watch Into the Spider-Verse. We watch it every single time, sometimes multiple times.
Dude, how good is it in Spider-Verse whenever the uncle character's on screen? It's like,
Yeah.
that sound, and I was like, that's like my sound jam, like
Yeah.
those,
So
and the beats in it and everything. I don't look like much of a hip hop dude who listens to hip hop, but I do.
Braden, what was your pick of the show?
Mine was also on pure, just like no idea that it was coming at all. I'm torn between Miles Morales and Ratchet and Clank.
It's Miles
Because
Morales.
I tell you what, like, I love the fact that when you're watching it live, you didn't see any of the studios beforehand. They showed PlayStation Studios, which was hype as hell, but they didn't show like Insomniac beforehand.
Do you think they can show the sacred symbols anymore?
Oh my god, more?
Come on, guys. We understand. You're creating a brand. that
Oh,
you've
when
had for 20
they
years.
when they were making all the
Yeah,
that's
all
it.
right, yeah, we get it.
I think I started to enjoy them like, just to see what they were going to do next, and then they went like ham on it for the actual Like the
that was
presentation of the
unreal,
reveal.
wasn't
They
it?
did the
We'll get
balls.
to that very,
but
very
I
shortly.
cut that out of the video. The little
Did you guys
balls.
watch this live?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
I got up and
I
watched
know.
it
I
live.
tried.
We'll get to that very, very quickly in a moment.
Quickly?
I just want to ask, before we get to that, they won't, even if there was going to be an E3 this year, this is what we were going to see. Do you think they need to go back to E3 at all?
No.
No,
No.
I'm having more fun. If this was E3, I wouldn't be able to sit down and watch a lot of these things in the vibe they were in my beanbag. We can get up and see them. It's to us being over here. It's not much different from being at E3, but it just seems a bit more personalised to us because there's no audience they're wanking to.
Well, that's one way of saying it. No
That's
audience.
the only way of saying
no audience that they're wanking. I like it because it's taken the E3 information and cut out the crap.
Yep, Braden?
I am 100% for this. Screw E3, I don't care.
Look, in a typical
Thank
Sony...
you, thank you, COVID.
in a typical Sony fashion, they've done the right thing, looked at what Nintendo have done, and said, we'll take that. And just copy Nintendo. So well done, PlayStation and Sony, for doing the right thing and following the true trendsetter of our time.
And they didn't try and pretend it was something different.
Controversial
They just
game
went,
opinions.
Oh, that's a good idea. We'll do that.
Yeah, they just blatantly
Yeah.
stole it. I saw a meme of a character in a lake fishing with the bucket next to him where they presumably catch the fish.
Yeah.
And I had them sitting there fishing, and then had someone come over, and it said PlayStation on their top, and they just put their fishing line in the bucket.
Good on you.
Zoom up on me, Brain. Oh,
What
you
is it?
can't.
What is it? What they say? Emulation is the highest form of.
Yeah, sure. All right,
Yeah, go
now
for
the big daddy, the big boom batty fatty daddy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that sexy ass console reveal, and oh baby,
This bit, I was so excited for.
oh, so
I knew it
hyped.
was obvious what it
The
was.
music is incredible.
I was on the point where I was thinking to myself, this has to be. If this is not it, I am going to throw something at my television right now.
Look,
And then you knew it was because it got to here and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
it's a
am-
big kitty cat.
I have gone on record saying that I think black boxes or white boxes for consoles are boring as hell. I wanted the Big V PlayStation 5 dev kit
didn't
to
want
be
that
the
one.
official console, but this is even better. This is this weird looking tower that has all the PlayStation sacred symbols all over it in a grainy, bumpy
Yeah.
type. It's like 6'8" tall.
I want to
You
touch
can
it.
put a basketball ring on it and slam dunk while you're playing.
Practice your netball shots.
This is going to be fantastic, and I've already geared up to pre-order this baby. I wasn't going to get a PlayStation 5 at launch.
I have pre-ordered it.
No, you haven't, because they're not released yet.
Yeah, I have, haven't I?
No, you haven't.
No, nothing.
You're ready to. You're
I'm
ready.
ready to.
Your
You're ready
pants ready to. But as soon as those pre-orders drop, you
I've
can
mailed
guarantee.
my
Look
check.
at that. I want to touch it
I want to lick it.
Now,
Yeah.
how did everyone feel about
after you
this
antibacterially
reveal
wipe it.
that they did? That this bit of the reveal when they drop down and look at it.
Oh, yeah.
And suddenly there was two of them, and one was different.
You
Yeah,
know,
that was unreal.
for something that's discless, I certainly knew where my priorities were.
I was watching the Kind of Funny guys do this, like the stream of this, and like the main guys were like typing and not looking at the screen at that time, and they didn't notice.
Oh, really?
And then like they're like, oh, two, and Grimmy looks up and he missed it.
And he thought he screamed when he saw it.
Yeah.
I hope they do a bundle that has the console, a controller, the headset, the charging dock,
taco
like
shell.
everything with it.
I
Everything.
want a bundle that's got both of them in it.
Now, do we think that the diskless one is the actual design and the disk drive one is just something that they feel like they had to do? Because
No.
remember we were talking about
I'd say
how
it's the other way around.
Xbox was putting
User base.
forward the Series X, and then as soon as PlayStation went, oh, here's our console, they go, here's Lockhart, it's cheaper. But now PlayStation 5 have come out and go, yeah, we've got the disc one.
Yeah.
We've also got a digital Xbox.
Ate their lunch.
That was a casual like add-in. Like they didn't, and then they didn't really even mention it after that. They're like, oh, there's two of them. That one of them's like doesn't have a disc drive. Moving on.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Like-
it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Xcloud.
All right, so let's let's have a look at the price and launch predictions that we had. So I've got here the date guesses we did, I think, at the start of the year when we were talking about this.
This is pre-COVID guesses. So,
This is still pretty on the money, though, if you ask me. So, Floppy, you guessed November 16.
I think did I guess that as a Friday? I think it was a Friday, didn't I?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we had all these, like, we'd gone deep
We did
into
this last year, didn't we?
Dan, well, no, because you weren't part of the team.
No, we didn't.
Dan called November 13, and I said November 25. Now, out of all of them, I clearly got that date wrong. Look, I honestly think we're probably looking at
What's
13th.
Dan's? November
So
12th
what did I
to
do?
13th.
I did 16th, which is
That
a
was my
Monday.
date.
Ben did 25th, which is a Wednesday.
Yep.
Dan did 13th, which is a Friday.
I think Dan might have this one.
Well, do you know that now? So I was in the podcast this morning. They were talking about. We're going to get into this actually. No,
Yeah,
we're going to talk
alright.
about. We're going to talk. Can we talk about Cyberpunk now because this is relevant to it.
Not yet. We'll come back to it when we talk about Cyberpunk
cool.
because I've got it there as a topic. But price, I'm going to guess in Australian money, $7.50.
I was going to say that. Therefore, I'm going to say 747.
Now, are we talking about the disc version?
Yes.
Yeah, we're not.
say-
We don't talk about any others.
$790.
Oh, we got on the big one,
Oh,
$7.90.
you might as well. You might as well.
All right, so $7.90,
You can write that down?
$7.49,
Yeah, for
And
I
747.
said 747, get it right.
$7.47. Sorry. So is
Seven-
it price is
seven-
right?
If he
747.
loses by
It's like a
$2.
747. It's a jumbo
So
jet, mate.
$7.90 for floppy.
Actually, I'm going to revise mine.
I've already written it down. There's
No,
there's no way to erase it.
There's that backspace button, mate.
No, it's done.
I'm
It's,
going
sorry.
$820.
No, you said $7.90.
No, $820. If it's price is right, Wolves, and it's above me anyway, I still.
I'm the game master, and I say I'm right.
Fine.
$820.
Do you know what's amazing about this? We haven't even got into what we've been playing this week.
Oh, I know. This is going to be such a long show.
Hope
Do
you
you
guys
want me
don't
to
mind.
jump over there?
No, not yet. We've got so much more. So there have been rumours, and I stress these are rumours. I just thought it's interesting to bring up and talk about quickly. Lockhart is pretty much definitely happening. As opposed, like, is it going to be a?
Tell me what Lockhart is.
Lockhart is the rumoured second console that's going to go alongside the Series X.
From Xbox, okay?
This Xbox and then the Lockharts.
Yeah.
And so this Lockhart word came from where? Because I haven't even heard the word.
Lockhart is the code name like Xbox Scarlet was for the
okay.
Series
Scorpio was.
X. For the one.
Scorpio.
So there's rumours that the Lockhart isn't actually going to be a console, but a dongle that you plug into your TV, and that will connect to the xCloud, and it'll just be a Games Pass machine.
So you just get a controller and a dongle.
Yeah, basically like Stadia.
Stadia? Well, that's done
You
really
always
well.
call it
So.
Stadia.
Because I'm posh.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
you're not.
Dance graph. Posh. Alliteration.
Just because you eat
All right.
fancy stuff.
Hey, Braden,
Yo.
what have we been playing?
Oh, he's right in the middle.
What we've been playing.
What have we been playing? Who
Yeah, what
knows?
have we been playing 40 minutes into the show?
Oh, well, I've been playing, with Floppy actually as well, we've been playing Minecraft Dungeons.
Oh, Floppy's Game of the Year prediction.
Yeah, man. No. yeah, all right, I picked it for Game of the Year. No, I didn't. I picked it and said it would do really
That's
well.
all right. Last year I picked River City Girls.
Yeah, you did.
So, Minecraft Dungeons, obviously set in the Minecraft world. This dropped onto the Games Pass, so I thought I'd give it a go. I'm not, so flat out straight away, I'm not much of a Minecraft person. I appreciate it, I think it's great, but I just don't play it. It's just not my thing. So this is a 4-player Diablo style. What's this this angle
Isometric?
called? Isometric?
Mhm.
Asymmetric.
Asymmetric?
Asymmetric. No, doesn't matter.
Be
One of them.
symmetric.
You can see, yeah. So it's basically
Non-symmetrical?
zoomed out, looking from an angle. You get to play four players on it, and yeah, it's a Diablo. It's basically a Diablo clone for beginners.
Yep.
Um,
Baby's first Diablo.
yeah, it has great graphics. For something that's just squares and that,
It looks really detailed.
yeah, it's really detailed. It's really smooth, and they've got a lot of bits with how it's angled the shots, where there'll be big mountain bits coming into the side of the shot that are like in the foreground that really give it a great depth and stuff. It's very, very, very cool. It has so you obviously like Diablo, you get armor, you get weapons, and you get items. So you can have like 3 items at a time on. So like stuff like, where you press it and you'll create a healing bubble for you and your team and stuff like that. So there's lots of team-based stuff. And then on top of that, you can put like upgrades all the items separately as well. What makes it cool is that when you break that item down, you just get all your upgrades materials back to put onto your next thing, which I thought was really
good.
nice because they didn't have to do that. It does have a little bit of there's loot boxes in it. It's annoying in the main screen that when there's a shop and a blacksmith, that you can't actually pick what weapons you want. You just buy a weapon and you just get a random one. So I didn't like that. But yeah, very fun, very awesome. And if you want to check it out more in depth, go over to Hack the Dino. Actually, have I uploaded? Go over to our Twitch channel and check out me and Floppy playing it the other week.
I had a lot of fun with it. It was good. You know what I actually liked about it the most?
What?
I'm not usually a guy that upgrades my armor or weapons. I find a set that I like and stick with it. That thing I was changing it every single time.
Yeah, it's because the stuff you put on is fun and ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like you get an arrow, or you can put arrows on that. Every 5th arrow you fire, 5 arrows come out and stuff like that. And then you can upgrade those things so every 3rd arrow, 5 arrows come out and stuff like that. And like
Iron Man chest beam.
yeah, I had a thing that shot a laser out of my chest like across the whole screen and stuff. It just that you never feel it feels like they're OP weapons, but the enemies level up at a really good rate. It's very balanced, which is what I noticed, which made it fun. You never felt like you were grinding because you only had to really do one level or maybe go back and do another level a bit to get good enough to do the next level. Just a great fun game.
Can I ask, at the start where you picked your character,
Yep.
did you have one character who looked suspiciously like your Xbox avatar?
Did I? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Because, all right, I'll admit I've got a pretty generic look going. Beard and bald head. But when I booted it up to choose my character, there was a guy with a red beard and a bald head, and I just went, hang on.
Oh, do you reckon they might have just looked at your avatar and gone
Yep.
tried? Maybe, but you can random that stuff up. You get armor, which you get cool armor. You get this armor makes a dog follow you. This armor makes a bat follow you and attack for people. Just
I had one
fun,
that made me look like
fun armor.
Ghost.
Sweet.
Yeah, just stuff like that.
Weird stuff. It was cool.
All right, speaking of ghosts, I've been playing the Ghost of Retro Past with the remaster. Anyway, I've been playing Ninokuni Remaster. The Wrath of the White Witch.
Wrath of the White Witch.
Wrath of the Thin Witch.
How much does this look like just a cartoon?
It is, well, it's Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
So it looks gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
I'm
Very
not
old.
very far into it. It has horrible English voice acting. No, sorry, I should reframe that. The voice acting's really good. The dialogue is awful. I didn't do the Japanese dialogue with subtitles. Fool's errand, I was.
Just do whatever you want.
The elf with the lamp nose ring shits the hell out of me. Just annoying character.
What, you don't like Droopy?
No,
Why
no,
don't you
I
like
do
Droopy?
not. I do not like his name.
Is his
I do
name-
not like what he looks
Maybe-
like. I do not like his accent.
Maybe
Is
Droopy
that
doesn't
really
like you.
his name, Droopy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. He took me out of the game.
Not Droopy.
Drippy.
Drippy.
Oh, Drippy. Sorry.
The fighting mechanics I didn't felt very natural. Like for an RPG, there was a hell of a lot of go back, go forward, up, down, left, right, A, B, B, A.
Someone in the chat's written the tutorial last 60 hours.
I've already read that. This is something I think I'll go back to every now and then. I'm not in any big desire to go any more into it. It's a pretty generic story, I think. I don't really care. I've been playing season 3, chapter 2, season 3 of Fortnite. I'll talk about that a little bit later on because something huge happened there. And also played the first hour of the brand new Pokemon DLC that dropped yesterday actually. Overall, this is pretty good. I got lost. So it's basically just you go to an island off from the main island once you've got your ticket that you've paid $30 for. And you're in a new wild area. And it feels bigger than the current wild area. And I got lost.
Cool. Is
And-
it hard to get lost in Pokemon games?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very hard.
Is it just a
quite
straight line
linear.
between towns?
Basically, you're here. Oh, you need to go to the Pokemon Center. Oh, you mean that building that's just over there?
Follow the one road.
Yeah, exactly.
The building that's already loaded.
So there is a feeling of exploration in here, and I think it's the close as you're going to get for now to a full RPG Pokemon type thing. There's lots more Pokemon walking around. It did lag, however. When you go into there's a forest that you walk into, and as soon as you walked into it, it sort of chugged a little bit, and I went, Nintendo.
So
Yay.
I had a person come
Female
into
Ratchet.
to my work today who said they finished this already.
Yeah, possible.
How
How
long
long
do you
did-
think it is?
I have no idea, but considering I'm an hour in, I've already done a fair chunk. I've already got Cub Fu. I'm about to go into all the trials.
Is it free?
No, it's
No,
30
no, no.
bucks.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think it's going to be good value for money?
Who's that guy?
I think so, because you get a whole heap of different Pokemon that aren't like the whole reason. Well, one of the reasons that they may have stripped the national decks was so they can have Pokemon that you like, your favorites, going into future DLC. So this is the first of 2 DLCs. So you pay the once, you get the first part now, and then the Crown Tundra is part 2, which comes in a couple of months' time. Each have new Pokemon, each have new missions. As I said, I don't think it's going to be overly long. I'm guessing 10 hours absolute tops.
For both? Or
Probably
each?
for both.
For each?
For,
No.
No, for both. I
Okay,
reckon 10
$20,
hours
10
tops.
hours.
$10, 10 hours.
$30.
$1 an hour.
$30, 10 hours.
Can't go wrong. I mean, espresso martini's $24.
But we're going to talk more about Pokemon because there's a little bit of a direct the other day as well. But that's coming up later. In the interim, Floppy, what have you been playing?
I haven't played anything new.
Good.
So
big show.
mine will be a
Have
quick
you
one.
talked about this game before?
Yeah, we talked about. So this is what I was playing last time. I was playing Maneater.
Oh, I thought I'd
Yeah,
saw
you
this
have.
game
Yes,
before.
so I've been playing this. What I did do though is for the second time ever, platinumed a game on purpose.
Yeah, good work,
On
man.
purpose.
I've accidentally platinumed one.
Congratulations.
Which one?
Batman Telltale game. You just got to finish it.
That's wicked. I love that.
So yeah, I had a great time with this. It is exactly what I need at this point in time. It's not a huge. I put 21 hours into it. Worked my way through it. Did all the collectibles. Did everything.
How was the Orca fight?
That one was actually terrifying.
Yeah.
That orca, and because he was really quick, and there's a giant blue whale or a sperm whale or something like that. I maxed out every evolution. I really liked the bone evolution because it's really good at taking out boats.
Is there a stupid evolution that's like the standout stupid one?
Shadow.
What do you do? a
You
ninja?
get like poison sort of. You let out. I didn't use that one very much actually. I didn't like it. I used bioelectric. I had a bioelectric body.
Well, that seems more ridiculous than Shadow.
No, because that was really cool because it stuns everything that's around you.
Yeah, but like out there.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably the bioelectric one then.
Yeah.
That was probably the most outlook. And
How big can you get?
you get pretty big. Like, so you finish off as a mega shark.
So feet long, you reckon?
You
60
was
foot?
I was like the size of a yacht, like a big one.
It's a big yacht.
None of
A
those
big
small
yacht.
yachts.
Those
You realise
small
yachts range from
those
like all
peasants
sizes.
buy.
One thing I will say, I was a little disappointed with the final boss.
What was the final boss?
So the final
Was that
boss is, well, spoiler alert, it's Scaly Pete, but you know that. He's your arch nemesis
Yeah, yeah.
from the start.
Was it
But
just-
because I'd gone around and done all the little collectibles and tried to...
You're OP?
I was pretty OP. And the final boss fight, maybe 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, that's same thing happened to me way back in the day with Wind Waker. When you come up against Ganondorf and you think, oh, this is it.
This is it.
And all you do is target and press A whenever he's about to attack.
Yeah.
And that, like, literally, this was my boss fight with Ganon. Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, so because
Great
of
game,
that, and the fact that I've platinum now, I'm not sure what the replayability is going to be like.
You got the money.
Oh, you can get so
License
high.
plate.
Yeah, you collect little license plates. You find locations. There is a ton of pop culture references in this. Brayden?
Yeah.
Turns out, from a cursory Google search, you can grow to 29 feet.
Thank you, Braden. So there is a ton of
radio
really
man.
awesome pop culture references in this. So all the little locations that you find are generally related to some form of pop culture. You can go find the banana stand from Arrested Development.
Nice.
You can find Pennywise in a sewer grate. You can find the 3 seashells from Demolition Man.
But would you recommend it?
Yes, I would recommend it because I think it is priced very well for what you get out of it.
What is it?
He just platinumed a game that he didn't really like.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, how much is it?
$60.
Oh, yeah?
$60.
You probably-
You'll find it cheaper as well. That's
Yeah, I
like
reckon
your general
it'll-
price.
Yeah, it'll probably drop pretty quick.
You get it for $50,
it's a-
and for 20 hours, I'm pretty happy with that. The only other thing I did when I finished that was I also bought a new toy. I bought the Thrustmaster Hottest 4 flight stick that's built for Ace Combat 7.
I'm glad-
Flight stick.
Yeah.
I thought you just jumped down to the local...
Thrustmaster fight.
Just gone to the local Triple X shop and got the Thrustmaster.
So and I've only played a tiny little bit because this is something I wanted to do for ages, but it was always a purchase that was, stars had to align for me to pick this thing up. And I've been playing Ace Combat 7 in VR with the Thrustmaster.
Can't think of anything worse.
How happy will you be if the new Star Wars Squadrons
Uses the
uses
Thrustmaster.
that?
Oh man, I will be Thrustmastering all over Star Wars.
Oh, man. I better duck out the way of that shit.
I feel very uncomfortable. Let's go to news. Well, I hope you two are feeling uncomfortable because Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed again.
I'm okay with this.
Hey, I'm fine with it. It's just been delayed for bugs and polish, which I would rather have. I'd rather not be playing a really huge, expansive open world game and then
Now-
having a game-breaking bug. Dan, you wanted to talk about the release date?
I
November
thought you've
12th.
written it down here. Oh, it's not here?
It is there. November
Oh,
12th.
no. So this will be after the PlayStation and Xbox Series X comes
I
out.
think it's going to be before it.
I reckon it's going to be right on it.
That's what I'm thinking. This is a week. Are you ready? This is a week before Black Friday sales.
No, it'll be 2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
24th is Black
Week
Friday.
and a half.
Wait, is that a week? Yeah, well, it's around about a week and a bit.
This
We
is
got it down the
Yeah.
so it's about a week and a half. So you're gonna want to have your PlayStation out around Black Friday. That seems like a given. And your Xboxes. So I reckon this is a kind of a giveaway of when they're going to be released. I reckon this will.
I think you're right.
But then again, it might not as well.
There, you heard it here first, folks. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. For more hot takes like that, be sure to subscribe to Hack the Dino on youtube.com/HackTheDino,
No.
twitch.tv/HackTheDino, on all podcast service around the globe.
Or is that paying it out? Like, I mean, not. Is that like a fool's game? Is that cutting out like all the sales from the other one and stuff like that? Like,
Don't know.
but I
Who
reckon
knows?
I reckon it's a little indication of what.
This is an interesting as hell generation launch. Like,
I know.
I'm so happy we're here to talk about this and gear up for this. It's only going to get crazier. No one knows what's going on. We're in uncharted territory.
The chat's gone. Any suggestions of a game to play before Cyberpunk?
Oh.
Ruiner,
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Super Mario Brothers.
Deus Ex Human Revolution, to be more precise.
The
Yeah.
PS3 one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the PS3 one. You can go back and do System Shock if you wanted. I wouldn't.
Well, do you know what you can
Ruiner
play?
is probably one of the good ones. Ruiner, Yeah.
Just go watch Upgrade.
One
Watch-
game that you could possibly play if it does come out on time is a game that's coming to Switch. It's out on Steam now, I think. It's a game that I think really captures what Cyberpunk's all about, what any game's about, really. I'm talking about Fight Crab, mother lovers. That's right. You're a big crab. You get to fight with Darth Maul's dual lightsaber. You get to smash other crabs in the face. You get little flick knives. You got Mjolnir. You got drills for claws. And
got
you're fighting other crabs.
You got
My
weapons.
God. This Fight Crab
Crab.
game is the best thing that ever saw you in your face.
I've had this in my mate. I had this like in my watch list for so long. And then there's another game out which is not this, but it's like boring and realistic Fight Crab game, and I kept finding stuff on that.
I really hope you buy that accidentally.
No. This game looks crazy. Obviously, this is a physics thing, but I love the idea of like you having to like use physics to get your sword in here, and how much chaos they've made it. Like they've given you like chain weapons in a physics-based game. It reminds me of Octodad on bloody.
I
on
can't
crack.
wait for Norman Reedus to show
That looks
up.
like Earth Defense Force.
Yeah. It looks like look at him. He's got a chainsaw.
Now
Hate crabs, man.
there's no word on a Western Switch release, but it's going to be coming out. But according to PlayAsia, a Japanese copy will support English. So all you have to do is get a Japanese account on your Switch, head over to their store when it comes out, and buy it there.
Do you
Rated.
On Switch, do you think it will have... They've gone the extra effort. You can use the Joy-Cons as motion controls.
God, I hope so. God, I hope so.
Had you tried to play Skyrim with
that
motion
would work
controls on
well.
the Switch? It is the worst.
Excellent.
I also had a really important anthropological observation on the Cyberpunk delay, but we've gone too far now.
No, we are.
No,
Go for it.
Oh, okay, cool. So, being in the fact that I surround myself in the culture of gaming, this is the first time I think that a big AAA title has been delayed, and I haven't seen any backlash.
Yeah, true.
There's-
No one
I
cares.
think we are finally at the point where the majority of people.
Shh, don't
I don't believe in
jinx
karma.
it.
I don't believe in
Wake them
karma.
up.
No, I don't believe in karma. You wake them up.
then
I think
Hannah's-
we finally hit the point where people are okay with the fact that they'd rather a later game than a broken game.
Speaking of broken, stuff that I think looks broken, Arcade 1UP announced their new little mini machines. Miss Pac-Man, Big Buck Hunter, and X-Men vs. Street Fighter. As well as
way too quick.
a pinball machine version based on Marvel Pinball, which is just an LCD screen done up like a pinball machine that you can play on.
Now, have you played those LCD pinball machines?
No.
They're rubbish.
Yeah.
I as myself who likes pinball video games, there's a difference between a pinball video game and a pinball emulation game.
Yeah.
You know, it wants to look like a real one. They don't work. You prefer just to feel the ball and watch it hit around.
Well, they
and
said
stuff.
they've got the Nintendo Switch Rumble things.
Yeah, but
in
I
there
don't
to make
care.
it, but no, I agree.
Yeah.
The X-Men vs Street Fighter machine, the button spread looks awful. The machine itself looks awful. All the art looks awful. It's not based on the real cabinet at all, to my knowledge.
These are minis, aren't they? These
Yeah,
are those
yeah.
ones they were selling at Audi.
Yeah.
If you look at
Yeah.
I wanted to get the Rampage one, and they went down to like $150 on the
I
last
really
If you
day.
then
pick
put
one
them
up.
on a coffee table, you can sit at them and.
No, they're like this high.
Yeah, there's tiny. You need to get you can actually see in some of the footage they've got a base that you can put it
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
so
Like an
human
IKEA
adults can
thing.
play it. Yeah.
Human adults.
All those other non-human adults are fine with it.
Anyway, you might want to get that. You might not. Who cares? Some news that did drop on the first day of the IGN Summer of Gaming is Alex Kidd remake. Now, I'm a bit of a Nintendo boy. This game I really freaking love.
Yeah, I love this game. This is Braden's just
Oh,
showing all
I
the.
didn't realize there was another clip.
I have clips for all the other arcades. That's why I said you went through it a bit
Oh
quick.
my god, you have clips for all of the other ones? Alright,
Show
give me
the
a sec.
show the Marvel Pinball one. You might as well, so we can get a vibe of it.
Alright,
Because we were
one
complaining
sec.
about it.
Here
Sorry,
we
Ben.
go. Marvel Digital Pinball. Bring it up on the screen.
I didn't think it would take.
It's got funny looking legs.
I had a lady
Look
the
at
other day
his
tell me
legs
how
up.
much of a fan she was of Alex the Kid.
Good.
I didn't
Good.
have the heart to tell her.
Who said that?
Oh, just a lady that came up. She was
Every
raving about
second
how much of
person
a
you
big-
talk about Alex Kidd with, they
I
say
like
Alex
the way
Kidd.
on this pinball machine they just advertise it's got a faux it's got a faux coin lock door. Oh wow, you mean a sticker?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Little
I
buttons
don't.
that press.
I'd try and
Look how
open
long
that.
his legs are. It looks like a bloody. It looks like a thing you climb up in Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's what pinball machine looks
I want
like.
to hack it. Whoa, hang on.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's people
it's emulation, 3D emulation.
Yeah, don't like it.
That was
And,
actually cool.
Go on.
Anyway, something we do like is Alex Kidd. And here he is, back in all his remake glory. I really hope they've fixed all those hitboxes, because if they have, this game's going to be smashing.
So I have been loving all these remakes of old games where they have given it this treatment, like the Wonder Boy Monster Trap one that they
yeah.
did. Like all these work really well because you get the nostalgia, but you also get the satisfaction of a current gen game in one. Like seeing the animations, like looking great. I'm gonna play this. Like
yeah, I'm going to purchase
this is one of those games. Actually, the motorbike stuff looks really bad. Look.
That's how it was in the game.
Yeah, I
That's what I'm
know.
talking about, those hitboxes.
Well, like, you can go between the different games as well. Like,
Different
you
graphics.
can, yeah,
Like you can in
and that's
Wonder
a,
Boy.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
You need to be able to do that because you don't realize how much worse the old game looked.
Let's not be too harsh. I actually quite like it. But the boss rush was really good because you played scissor, paper, rock with one
What
of
did they
them.
call it in that? Jankin?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. No, I really loved
They left
Alex
the
Kidd
dirt out of it.
because
Stop.
it was originally on the Sega Master System 2. It was the hidden game on the console.
Hidden game or just a built-in game? You just
Built-in
boot it
game.
up.
Built-in game.
Yeah, it's not hidden if they advertise it.
But the Sega one, you know that.
You guys! I found a game on my Master System.
You mean
Well,
that
there was it on
says
the
on the box?
on the
no,
on the first one, the first Sega. There is a hidden game in it.
What is it?
What? Really?
It's
I
like
haven't heard this.
snail.
Sweet.
Snake.
But
maybe?
you have to do a certain
snail.
thing, like
It's because it's that slow. It's a Sega.
yeah. You have to put like I can't remember what you did to do it, but you had to do it. You had to do something. It wasn't like there, and it wasn't advertised, but people found it. Like
Yeah, right.
Well, do you know who else found something over the past 2 weeks?
I found a
People,
spot on my neck.
did you? You should probably get that scene too.
Yeah.
Stadia. Good old Stadia.
What did they find?
Oh, they found some footage of an unreleased game called Gods and Monsters and released it.
Oh, you dickheads. You bloody dickheads.
yeah, you turkeyed it, mate. You're a bunch of baked potatoes, aren't you?
You're not swinging any hits, are you?
Oh my god, they're just trying so hard and failing so
Wow,
bad.
look at that climb box. It's so much like
Breath of the Wild.
Breath
It's
of
a
the Wild.
stamina wheel. So we're watching footage here
But
for
it's
the
also
podcast.
got like jump wheels and everything.
For the podcast listeners, we're watching footage here of someone got in and played it and captured it all, and Stadia just
Doesn't look that great.
stop. Well, it's a pre-mod. It's in production. They had unrendered characters who were just like blocks with a smiley face.
I just mean like to play.
I think there's some of those block characters further up in the footage.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was a massive faux pas on their account. They
There you go.
here's one of the block characters.
It's Michelin Man.
Poor Stadia, man. They keep on blowing chunks out their nose. Like they
I don't know
keep,
what that means.
Neither does anyone. They keep blowing it.
Well, speaking of blowing it,
Uh-oh.
Fortnite had their big event during the week.
I didn't get any footage of this.
You didn't?
There wasn't anything on there.
Oh,
There's still nothing attached.
I was going to say, I
Fortnite are
skipped to something Pokemon, and I was like, what?
Fortnite are pretty known for doing good events, right?
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, this one was really, really good.
Okay. Oh,
So,
good.
all right, I'll go through it very, very quickly because I'm surrounded by people who don't hate it because it's a kids game.
I don't have anything against
I don't
Fortnite.
think
It's
it's
not
kids'
me.
game.
Anyway, I really like it. I
Jesus.
really enjoy it. I really like these storyline events because of how meta they get and what hints they put in leading up to the sequence. Basically, evil villain, because it was Spies and Villains for Chapter 2, Season 2. He set off his doomsday device. It flooded the everywhere, but everywhere apart from where the storm circle is. So while you were playing the game, there were these 300-foot walls of just water surrounding it. This is the event now. And like you could see sharks swimming it, and as the storm would
I
get
like sharks.
smaller, the ocean would come in as well
Oh,
and get
man.
smaller and smaller, and it was just really
Weird.
really weird and
That looks
freaky.
really intense.
Yeah, Bren, can you skip forward a bit?
Yo.
During the event, they had you're in your character, as you can see here. Oh, maybe it's we'll find it in a minute. You're as your character, and it suddenly went white, and then you were in first-person perspective.
First-person view?
Thank you. You're in first-person view, looking around this office and hearing someone talking outside.
Oh.
Just going, yeah, well, I understand. Is there anything we can do about it? And then you came back out. Oh, we're about to see it now. So I went out, and you're just in this office.
Well, that's very...
And this is happening in the middle of the event. And there's like files for some of the characters on the desk. And if you look on the wall, there's actual skins. And one of them was Jonesy, who's sort of like the one character who's in every single event. He's like their main
Is that
character.
the blonde guy?
Yeah, Jonesy.
This is like Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, so it came out, and then you went back into the event, and the event all happened. And then you came back later. I don't know if you can find it, Braden, towards the end of the event. You came back later, and you see someone talking outside, and he's going, oh, what, it's stabilized? Oh, that's great. Oh, cool. And he walks in, and it's Jonesy dressed up in a suit. Here he is now on screen, and he's talking away, and he stops and he sees you, and he goes, what? Can you hear me? And then it goes back out to the event. And that was it. That was what, and they've gone through this whole meta storyline. To make it even better, this is the first time they've introduced voice acting to Fortnite.
Oh yeah, no one's talked in it, have they?
No, so this is the first time we've had a proper voice actor besides characters going rah, 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 rah. Guess who voiced that character?
Oh, who?
Troy Baker! Troy Baker was Jonesy!
I don't know who Troy Baker is.
Nathan Drake, Joel from
Joel.
Lost.
Oh, okay.
Isn't he Nathan Drake as well?
Nolan North.
No, that's
Oh,
not.
sorry, I got
North.
them
He's
mixed
his
up.
brother.
Yeah, okay. But you can see on the screen now, that's the that was the tidal wave that
Oh,
happened.
Spider-Man.
Deadpool.
Spider-Man.
Fake fan.
Spider-Man.
So, yeah, that's all gone. That was only up for 2 days, that giant wall, because then it came crashing down. Season 3 started and flooded the whole island.
So that's pretty big.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge. I was watching it. It's like, whoa!
Do you
And the
reckon
fact
they
it was
can
Troy
get-
Baker.
How do you get bigger than that, though?
Oh, they've got seasons planned out way down the track.
Yeah, right.
Way down the track. We
I
can see
don't-
now.
I don't like Fortnite, but...
The storyline's
Oh,
fantastic.
did they run out of good superheroes?
Yeah, they did. They had Deadpool last season. Now they've got Aquaman.
Talk about Jason Momoa like that.
They could... Oh, Jason Momorbid. They could do
Oh,
a
God.
better... They could have done the blonde Aquaman. That'd
Nah,
be with
well.
numbnuts.
We could have put Mirror in there.
Anyway, Pokemon also had a direct during the week. We had the usual Pokemon stuff of like brushing your teeth apps and puzzle games that no one really cares about.
Brush 'em,
Still no
brush 'em.
Pokemon Sleep. This is Whale Lord on the screen now. He's
That
a
is
big
huge.
boy. Yeah, he's a big boy.
Jeez.
However, we're getting Pokemon Snap sequel.
Is it Pokemon Snap sequel or remake?
Either way, don't care.
It's
I've-
new Pokemon Snap.
I've never played a Pokemon Snap.
Yep.
What do you do?
You are on rails.
Yeah,
You have a camera.
yeah.
And Pokemon run around doing just pretty predetermined things, and you have to take the best photo of them.
That doesn't
The
sound
end.
good,
It
though.
doesn't,
But it is?
it's really zen. It's like, as
Okay.
you're playing, you take photos, you get a score, but then as you get a bigger score, you get other items like
Oh, it's
a
a Lapras.
flute, or you get an apple, and if you throw that at them, the Pokemon will rush over and do a thing like grab an apple and start eating it, and then
And you
go,
get a better photo.
yeah, you get a better photo. So
Actually
for
sounds
example,
kinda
the
cool.
very first Pikachu you see on the beach, if you get apples and throw it towards a surfboard, it eats an apple, and then by the time it reaches the surfboard, it jumps on and starts doing a kahuna surf on the surfboard. And if you get a photo of that, you get extra bonus points.
Like Resident Evil, but no gore.
Yeah, so I've been asking for this for years, Dan. You can attain to it. Ever since we've been doing this show, I've begged for a Pokemon Snap sequel.
And every time I'm like, why?
And we are getting it.
I'd give that a crack.
Then at the end of the Pokemon Direct, they mentioned that next week, on the 24th, he's got some more news. So I'm thinking it's either Let's Go Johto or a Gen 4 remake.
Do you mean, are they going to give it the...
Pokemon Clean Your Teeth?
Like the Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go whatever, but of the...
Yeah, so Let's Go
It's probably
Pikachu.
Johto.
So Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee was set in
Yellow?
Kanto, which was Yellow, a remake of Yellow. Johto is the second games. So
it Diamond?
Crystal,
Oh,
Gold, and Silver. So
Silver.
it'll probably be the Crystal
Gold,
remake.
Silver, and Crystal was the third one?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So Let's Go Pikachu
Who
was Yellow. Yeah.
Who would be the starters for that? Who would be the two... Because you had Pikachu and you had Eevee. Who would you pick for Johto?
See, I think they'll just say Let's Go Johto, but if they did pick Pokemon, I dare say it'd probably be Togepi and...
Is that the egg?
Yeah. Togepi and
Dan, he loves it so much.
Marill.
This is in the chat.
I don't know which one
Pokemon
that is.
Snap was 20 years ago, mate. It's
Yeah.
a fair long time between sequels.
Well, so what? Guess what?
You don't have to get so defensive, hey?
Yeah.
Not everything is a jab at Nintendo.
It's all right.
It makes me think you're trying to make, you know.
No, it's fine. No,
Awkward. Mummy and Daddy are
it's
fighting.
like,
Let's keep going.
you know, when someone
Brayden's
just
Brayden's is going ahead.
berates you because they think it's cool to pick on you, like bullies. But
Look
it's
at that.
fine.
Skipping rope.
Anyway, Nintendo released this. Devs got bored during their downtime, decided to make their own skip game.
I like that you can jump like 3 times before the rope comes around. Free game, you have the Joy-Cons, your handles, your rope, and you skip. I like its tagline over here, all the fun of skipping without the rope. And I'm like, yeah. What? Isn't that the best part of skipping?
Isn't it the only part of skipping?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just jumping.
So
Without it.
this is free, right?
Yeah.
Still not playing it.
Apparently, it's a good thing. I think they did it for COVID. These are the fit dudes who, that did the
'Cause
ring
you can't
challenge.
buy
people.
Ring Fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't get the ring challenge at the moment. 'Cause
Ring
it's sold
Fit.
out into the entire world as soon as COVID happened.
Yep.
So they've just put this out for people who couldn't get it, which is nice.
Do you know who does get it? Do you know who understands it and gets everything we're on about?
Ben.
No, our Patreons.
Oh, yes, they do.
And wouldn't you like to say something to our Patreons, Dan?
I would. I'd like to thank our beautiful Patreons out there for supporting us. So thank you to Sam Beard, thank you to Ashraf, thank you to Todd Randall, thank you to Tommaso, thank you to Mike Town, thank you to Karen Knight, thank you to Ash Knight, thank you to Dylan Stevens, and thank you to Carlin Budd. Is that his name, Carlin?
Yeah.
Yeah. You are our producer level patrons. You get mentioned every show. Thank you very much. If you'd like to support us over on Patreon, you can go over to Patreon and support us.
What a deal!
If you want to, you can just do it.
You can go over there. All the details are over there. If you don't have any money, that's cool. Just watch us over on YouTube for our
Spread the
board,
love.
or over on Twitch live, where you can talk to me and which other one of the Dino stream team is there, and have a good time in these shut-in times.
Or you can head over to our Discord at bit.ly/hackthedino and join Discord, because Discord rules and it's a whole heap of fun. Yeah.
Man, my coffee is... Have you noticed how much coffee I've drank throughout this?
Yeah.
I feel like...
You are peaking.
I feel terrible. I feel like... Remember when Fry drank all that coffee?
Speaking of peaking and feeling terrible, next episode's our 100th show.
What do we work out we're going to do? An intimate evening with Hack the Dino?
Intimate evening with Hack the Dino here, episode 100. We're going to make a big song and dance about it. We've got a couple of viewers who have donated stuff for us to give away. So first up, we've got, I think you may recall, I spoke about one of my friends, Dan Freer, had developed by himself a game called Right.
Oh, yes.
That is set to be released on July 7th. So he's given us a couple of Steam codes, one for Dan to stream on the Sunday before it.
Excellent.
And I've got 3 to give away next show. So
We'll work out a way to do that. Maybe...
what it'll probably be is go to Pond Games or find Dan. Dan, I know you're in the chat. If you could put the Twitch address for Pond Games, go over there, follow Dan, and just talk about how good, how awesome Hack the Dino is, and drop our YouTube channel, and you might win a code. They'll be coming out on the day of release, though. You're not going to get it early.
First person to figure out where we are and come knock on the door gets one.
Don't say that, they will. And
Yeah, let's look at our IP
secondly,
address.
I was Games by Pond on Twitter, by the way, is what you need to follow. Secondly is our very good friends over at We Are Robots. You might remember them from this time last year at Avcon. We had an interview with them. They're the guys who make really awesome controls. They've done competition controls for Bethesda. They made this fantastic Death Stranding one. Really amazing, stellar stuff.
I think we've given. Was that the Deadpool?
Yeah, we did. We gave the Deadpool one
It was a
away
really cool
one
Super
time.
Nintendo PlayStation 4 one.
Yep. So Alex approached us and said, "Hey, I like the show. Can I make you a controller to give away?"
And we said yes.
We said, "Yeah, we'll let you do that.
Yeah,
sure.
Just this once, all right? And how much are you going to pay us?"
Get out.
So no, Alex was very, very kind enough to make a 100th episode Switch controller for us. And Brayden, can we bring it up?
It's golden.
Look at that!
Oh, look at that 100.
Look at that 100 down the bottom there to commiserate. I said commiserate. Commiserate 100 episodes.
Remember the commiseration.
I love the little stands they have.
So this is up for grabs. It's a Hack the Dino 100th episode. This is the only one ever made. One in existence. We all want it, but
Yeah.
cannot win it.
No.
So what you're going to have to do there is next episode we will announce a winner. I might carry it on a little bit, but if you would like to win this, head on over to wearerobots.com/sign up. Sign up to their newsletter and then like them on Instagram at War Customs, at Facebook, wearerobots.com.au, or on Twitter, We Are Robots.
That rustles me jimmies.
So if you'd like to win that Hack the Dino, and Alex also had a fantastic idea. On the back, we can't see it here, he's got a white panel so we can each sign it.
Oh,
As a special
I like
message to...
Nice.
Did you want to put
I
that
will-
link in the chat, Brayden?
can do
I will
that.
vow to take it home and test it for a week to make sure it works for you.
No, you won't.
Oh, okay, I won't.
I'm just bummed that we're going to have this amazing controller and none of us will own it.
Yeah. Oops.
Well, Brayden,
Yeah, I'm ready.
do you know what's really controversial?
Yep.
Tots. Topic of the show time. I have wanted to do this topic for a long, long time, and I thought, what better place than the dead period before our 100th episode spectacular?
Are we even going to be friends at the end of this section?
Probably not. There's going to be a lot of yelling.
People out there are going to hate us.
Yeah. So anyway, controversial gaming opinions. Now
So
we've
these
each
are
got
our controversial
our
gaming opinions.
controversial gaming opinions.
Our
the
opinions.
views and flame wars that we're going to get into. By no means that of Hack the Dino. There are individual ones. I've also got some from our Facebook chat as well. I went in there into our Facebook group and asked people their
And they
controversial
went
gaming
crazy on it,
opinions.
didn't
Yeah,
they?
there is some shockers in there.
Hey! Good. That's great. That's
I can't
great.
believe that actually
I
worked.
just,
I thought
I
that
just
was
got out of the way and ran away.
places are wrong.
So
That's
the
all good.
podcast listeners, a phone got thrown at us.
Yeah.
So, Dan, do you want to kick it off with your first controversial video game opinion?
So as I said, as you said before, these are just our opinions. They're not like things that we think are possibly right. They're just the things that we think are right.
We feel.
I think all of mine are right.
Of course
my
you
And
do.
I
first-
dare you to come at me if you think otherwise.
Don't,
So-
just do it when he's not here.
So my first one is, I think Final Fantasy X is the best Final Fantasy. The reason for this, you can see it up on screen now. It had a nice small cast of characters, which is what I always like. I don't like a Final Fantasy that gets too big with too many things that you can never keep a track of. There's like 5 or 6 main characters, and that's kind of it. And then you're just following around this giant whale, which in the end is your dad.
Oh, spoiler.
Oh man, I was just about to finish.
Yeah.
So.
Controversial.
If,
Wait,
if your dad's a whale, does that make you welcome?
Wow,
Oh.
welcome. It also from
Only
what
if he's a
from
sperm one.
I don't know if this is true, but it's the first Final Fantasy I played that had a really easy to understand skill tree for the characters. You could put orbs in and take them around, as in push them towards the way you wanted your characters to go. And I thought that was really good. Had a great story. It was around about 90 hours, which is, I suppose, is pretty normal.
That's huge.
Yeah.
90 hours. Just a little 90 hours.
Just a quick 90 hours. It had
Year of my
the
life.
full-on, in my opinion, the best Final Fantasy battle mode. It was actual just completely turn-based, where you could it showed the list down the side of who was going next. you could put a haste on this character and you could see them physically go down the list of when those characters would go up the next turn and down and stuff like that. So you could sit there and think about what you want to do, how you're going to get through stuff. It had great graphics. This was PS2.
And 3.
That does look very good for
And
2.
4.
Yeah, and you should see the cutscene. So this is when, in Final Fantasy, it was really important. I felt the cutscenes were the most important bit. So you got these beautifully rendered videos, and then your summons also had a beautifully rendered video as well in it. If you just cut forward just a tiny bit, Brayden, this is just leading into a cutscene. Right now. So you can imagine this is the PS2 graphics and stuff like that as well. So it's not the best cutscenes you've ever seen, but for the time, I hadn't seen anything like this.
It's great. It looks like Fortnite.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Yeah, basically does, doesn't it?
Would you say nostalgia has made it that good for you, or
No,
do you
but-
think it was that good?
No, I remember seeing it.
Easy
Oh,
turbo.
yeah, I know.
Easy
Yeah, I know.
turbo.
Yeah.
You're planting some seeds that we're not ready to do yet, all right?
So this giant thing that's coming out of the ground now is your dad. This is the classic Final Fantasy, as in, at the end, it's every Final Fantasy ends in the tragedy of a love story that never ever gets to be realized.
Just like real life.
Yeah. Anyhow, that's my thing. That's my thing. I think there's your dad.
G'day, Dad.
He's got a town on him as well.
It gets weirder and weirder.
No, it's not actually. I'm not going to get into the story because, it's Final Fantasy. But yeah, beautiful looking game. It was kind of an open world. It was easy to navigate around. Here's the skill tree. The skill tree was beautiful. It just worked. Every part of it worked, and it drip fed it to you in a way where you understood every element before they went on to their next. They upgraded it. But I think that Final Fantasy loses that sometimes, Briar.
I was going to say, this was the first Final Fantasy I ever played. This one on the PS2. I rented it from Blockbuster, I want to say 87 times. Never finished it.
Pete, the chat's like, why is this a controversial opinion? Because if you say to someone, I've noticed this working in my comic shop, whatever Final Fantasy you say is your favorite, everyone hates you for it. Like, it's just like, no, 7's the best. No, 8's the best. No, 10's best, that's what I say.
It's almost like...
3, and then you get the people like, no, 5 is definitely the best. No, 3 is where it's at.
It's almost like
3 and 5 are the same
different
thing.
people have different likes and passions
And
and
opinions
different areas of expertise and stuff that they like, and it's for everyone, and you can like whatever you like.
Okay.
Having said that, here's my controversial opinion, and if you don't agree, you're wrong. Here we go, ready? Here we go, just warming up.
Why do you look like Gollum?
Here we go.
It's hiding.
Majora's Mask, The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask is a much better game than Ocarina of Time.
How dare you?
That's right.
I thought it was the same game.
So it basically is. This is a smaller, more intimate game. The NPCs have a lot more character to them, making the world seem much more alive. There is a real and present threat in that there's a giant freaking moon with an angry face coming to smash you and the entire town. And if you don't do it in 3 days, that's exactly what happens. You die in a nuclear explosion. It's there. It's visible from wherever you are in the overworld, as opposed to Ocarina of Time, where it's like, oh yeah, Ganon in a cutscene, and then right at the very end, he turns into a beast.
Is the main guy not Ganon in this one?
No, Ganon's nowhere to be seen. He's been banished.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
who's a bad guy?
It's the giant moon coming to crash down. Well, it's Majora.
I'm the moon.
I'm the moon.
I'm gonna come smash you with my big face.
The mask mechanics in this game. So Ocarina of Time, you had different masks that you put on, and it didn't do anything.
He's a pig man now.
Besides, sort of just.
Ugh.
He's like
You
one
done?
of the bad guys from.
So the masks, anyway, the mask. You put them on here, and guess what? You gain abilities, or you transform into another humanoid type animal. The side missions actually carried weight to them, but they were still optional. So you had this journal, like this checklist, where once you completed each of the side journals, it ticked it off, and that's how you knew you 100%ed it. Unlike every other Zelda game that evered.
Is this on Switch?
No. And metaphorically, it can be read in different ways. You can read it as how it's presented, Link falling down a rabbit hole in like an Alice in Wonderland type psychedelic treatment, or he goes on an actual journey, or it's possible this is actually Link's journey to the underworld, and he's in purgatory because we all know the Ocarina of Time Link, the hero of time, died. eventually in one of the timelines. So this can be seen as his trip through purgatory. So it's deep, it's metaphorical, it's a much more polished, much more realised game. It was done within a year. Better game than Ocarina of Time.
You actually made me want to go play it.
Yeah, because it's fantastic. As long as you get past the first DQ Tempu, that thing sucks.
Oh, it's floppy.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to cop some hate.
Good.
I'm going to cop some
You
hate.
might not.
Oh, I might not from the chat anyway.
Oh, you will.
Our
From
viewers
me.
are all pretty nice.
I'll get it. From,
I'm not nice.
Ben's going to cop me.
I
hate.
was
So my
I was surprised
my
that,
first controversial opinion. Now, I will put forward that I did play this game, so it is a game that.
How long did you play it for, though?
And not
about
long
6
enough?
hours.
6 hours?
Yeah. And then I had to get rid of it. My controversial opinion is that Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Switch is not a good game.
Braden, rebuttal.
Sorry, Braden.
Broke him.
Why not?
First of all, I think it's a pretty game.
Yep.
I think it looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is entirely based on assumed knowledge of playing all of the other Animal Crossings. There is no direction on what you have to do or how to do the things that you should do when you figure out what you're supposed to be doing. I think there is no direction on how to use an inventory system.
Can I just say, as a quick rebuttal,
Sure.
I've never played an Animal Crossing game before this one.
Haven't you?
No,
I don't know whether I should believe that or not.
I haven't. This is my first Animal Crossing game.
Now I feel dumb.
Oh, the
So-
chat's agreeing with you. Fluffy, you're saying this one's
well,
mediocre.
Okay, yeah, I like it. Look, I love the impact that it had. I think most of the its success, because it's already sold what their lifetime expectancy. I think a lot of that is due to everyone being locked at
absolutely.
home and looking for a sense of normality. I think without that,
I-
I don't think it would have done.
I think
anywhere
it's
near
a
as
lot
good.
of it's FOMO as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's FOMO. I absolutely think that the current global bastard did play a big part in the success of this game. However,
Oh, the Gundam.
Yeah. However, I don't think that it would have been a failure by any means because Animal Crossing
I don't think it would
fans
have been a
are
failure.
nuts.
I just don't think I think it could have been designed way better. And I felt like I had hired a game from Blockbuster and it didn't have the manual in it.
But you said you only gave it 6 hours, right?
Yeah, but I should not have. I should have to give it more than 6
But
hours
it's
to
not.
figure out how to play a game.
It's not Dark Souls. You go around
don't play
picking.
those either.
You shake some trees, you get some branches, you convert them into little
Okay,
things,
it's my
and then
controversial opinion.
catch some bugs. Like it's
Sounds
not
like a phone
rocket
game.
science. It is. It's something you sit down, you can play for however long you like, and you can build. I've got an arcade.
It's a commuter. Is it a commuter?
I've got a basement full of arcade machines and pinball machines.
Would you call it a commuter?
Yeah, sure.
I love that there are so many people that love it. I tried it, and I think without having
don't.
already been a fan and not playing the other ones, I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
them all.
I'm fine with people loving this game. I don't
do.
like it. So and
don't.
I
I
understand
don't
that's
get
a
it.
controversial opinion because it seems like the world
I
loves
just,
this
I just
game.
don't understand the and that's cool.
It
That's
might
all right.
not just be for me. I always feel a bit weird that it's got a massive clash of styles in it. Like you have your characters and the characters are very simple, and then you've got this amazingly detailed gear.
Yeah, look at that fish compared
Yeah,
to the
and
meat
stuff like
character.
that. That's like to me, it looks like it's two games mashed together, which to me looks messy. Like they couldn't consistently put a style through the whole game. They made realistic things, non-realistic things. But that's just me coming from it. But as I said, this is me coming from a guy. I haven't even played it, so I don't even know what you're doing it. I've asked so many people what you're doing it, and all they say is you trade turnips or something. Like, I
Trade
don't.
turnips and you pay off your house.
Yeah, exciting, huh?
I can do that in real
Oh,
life.
are you
Okay.
gonna read some of these viewer ones?
I'm going to read some of these viewers ones. We've got two lots of viewer ones. We got a whole
We're just
buttload.
gonna fly through these.
Okay, so over on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Hack The Dino, Ray says, I think the
Say
new...
their last name.
Oh, say
Yeah,
last name?
yeah. Because
Okay.
they're screen names anyway.
No, well, that's Facebook names, so they can get searched. So I don't really like the idea of letting people get
You
searched.
don't really want to dox people.
No, so I'm just going to say your first name.
Okay, fair enough.
Ray said, I think the new Horizon Zero Dawn game kind of looks like an expansion rather than a full game.
Fair enough.
We kind of went over a little bit that.
Yeah, we
before,
did.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did
But
really
these are
wrong,
their
but
opinions,
okay.
and that's fine.
Darren said, Last of Us was the most boring game I've ever played. You know what, Darren? I'm right there with you, buddy.
Probably hasn't played
the
Animal
fir-
Crossing.
No.
I played the first one to completion. I'm not buying Last of Us Part 2.
I'm playing the first one to completion
Very
now,
good.
and I've already got Last of Us Part 2.
Braden?
As someone with anxiety, it's the opposite.
Next one, Graham.
Graham said, The Witcher 3 is the biggest pile of overjoyed crap I've played.
I started playing that this week.
What'd you think?
Stopped playing it and
Sweet
played
friend.
Fallout New Vegas.
I like the term the pile of overjoyed crap. It's fantastic.
I'm wondering what led him to that, actually.
Adrian said, spending thousands on a gaming PC is stupid because you could get a current gen console which is purpose built for gaming and not have to upgrade it for years.
I'm with you. I'm totally there.
Oh, the PC master race. You get you.
I saw a meme today.
Yeah.
That was the Newt Gunray and one of the other guys from Phantom
Star
Menace.
Wars.
Yeah, from Star Wars going, that feeling when your $2,000 PC looks better than a $300 console. And they're like, oh, victory.
And Daniel said, Mario 3D World is the best 3D Mario.
Your opinion?
What are the other ones?
Well, Mario
World?
64, Mario Galaxy,
Galaxy, that's
Mario
right.
Galaxy 2. Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2 are freaking amazing.
Oh, they are great.
I watched my roommate play that and it looked really cool.
Sackboy's
Okay,
Adventure.
Oh, I'm going to go.
Dan, your second controversial gaming opinion.
The one that might annoy you a little bit, but it shouldn't.
I don't agree with this.
So mine is, after the release of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, it seems like Nintendo just aren't in the console game anymore.
That's all right. I've got a perfect rebuttal for this, and I've said it numerous times. I'm surprised that you were foolish enough to put it there. But
What is it? Is that something to do with money
no,
or
Something
console
to do with
sales?
they're not
No.
trying to beat
What
them.
is that?
they're not trying to beat them. They're trying to be the second console. A majority of people will go, yeah, I want either the Xbox or I want a PlayStation, and that'll be their primary future gaming console. And they are, I'll grab a Switch as well.
But I
that's
don't-
what the
I
Wii
don't
did
even
really
think-
well. That's what its successor, the Switch, did really well.
I don't even think they're like the Wii.
I got away
is-
with that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't even think that the
No,
Wii
it's not
is a
better than you
console.
either.
I feel it's like a handheld thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's so they're,
But it can be both.
but they're not in the same game.
No, exactly.
anymore.
They're not. And Nintendo don't want to be.
And they're not adding.
Yeah,
to
and they don't
gaming.
want to be. They want to be. They'll bring out
know,
their first
See, I'm not even allowed to say my thing here.
No, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. I'm getting angsty.
So I've just got some notes. Switch is basically as powerful as a phone, so it's basically a phone to me. Anything that's not a Nintendo IP on it doesn't sell very well. From what I looked in sales, like all the top 20 Switch games are all just Mario, Zelda, and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and all the other ones just kind of don't do. So they're good in that kind of their own little sphere thing. I don't even know if they'll ever put out another console after the Switch. I think they're just going to go for handheld stuff from now on.
I think they'll keep on the amalgamation.
Because like the last console they put out was like the Wii U, and that didn't go very well.
That's got to be the only one of theirs that didn't go well.
Because I still
No. No, God, no.
Oh, really?
Virtual Boy?
Oh, sorry. I don't
The,
count it as a console. Count it as a piece of
But
rubbish.
yeah, you got the highest selling consoles in the world is like the PS2, and under that is the DS. That's the second highest thing seller. So they've obviously got this handheld market that they're going for, but I just don't feel like they're not in that upper echelon
tier?
anymore. Yeah, they're there with they're level with like the Ouyas.
See, I
Oh, yes.
No, that's not true.
now you're just trying to prompt me.
No.
No, I honestly,
Poking the bear now.
I honestly think that they are quite happy where they are. They do not need to do anything more than they're doing now. I think the next console that comes out is just going to be an upgrade of the Switch.
I'd say that's a very successful, controversial opinion then.
And another thing is, maybe they should just turn into a developer like Sega and just develop games for the other consoles.
That wouldn't be a bad move either. Like,
It-
if they could go either way, that would
It
be
wouldn't
awesome.
be, but the amount of... So, Nintendo is nefarious for making money on every console they've sold. Whereas PlayStation, Xbox are known to take hits on the console sales in order to make it up. You mentioned before the best-selling games are the first-party ones. So they are reaping all the money from that. They do have very deep pockets, and like if they can get past the Wii U eras, they can get past the GameCube era. The GameCube didn't sell very well either.
Really?
Nintendo 64 was decimated by the PlayStation. If they can get through all of these periods and come out the other side, which they've done 3 or 4 times, I don't think they're in any real danger.
Well, the weird thing is like, so you look at Sony, you look at Microsoft, you look at Nintendo. Sony makes TVs, everything else, and then they make the PlayStation. Microsoft makes PCs and that. I think they say that Microsoft's revenue from gaming is 9% of their company.
Yeah.
But then you got Nintendo, and it's 100% is the gaming. So that's all they are. And I guess that's why they have to make money on the consoles, because if they weren't making money on the consoles, they don't have like, Sony's got TVs and stereos and all
But I
that other stuff
wonder-
backing them up. But
But I wonder, like, with the amount of money that they do make off their IPs and the company, do they need to worry about making money off anything else?
No, they don't. That's what I was trying to say. Like, they're not splitting the profits of those top-selling games with anyone. They make a Mario, they make
Cool,
a Zelda.
controversial opinion.
They,
I like it.
They rake it all in.
Yeah, it's one of those things where we could just talk all night about it, and at
And
the
no
end we'll
one's
be
ever
at
gonna
exactly
win.
the same point we
Exactly.
started.
Let's
No
just
one's
That's a
agree.
controversial opinion, everyone.
Let's just agree that I'm right Nintendo rules.
Oh,
anyway, moving on.
God.
Oh, look at this. The chat's gone crazy for it.
I know, because they're all in my boat.
Not all of them.
No, they are.
I
Ben's
can
not reading
read.
the chat.
I can read.
And then your next opinion, I want to get on this one as well, because I wanted to. This was.
Okay, here we go. Number 2. Xbox will stop making
Well,
consoles.
they kind of have already, haven't they?
Another picture we put up is an Xbox.
So I personally think that they have shown that they are only interested in subscribers to Games Pass. We haven't seen any sales figures at all. Consoles are expensive to make, as we've just said, so this will save them a lot of money on the hardware, just focusing off the software, especially as we move towards a more digital frontier. They don't really have any console exclusives anymore.
Like a Halo,
I said don't really. So they've got one. How many does Sony have?
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I said games,
Yeah.
not, trying hard. And if Lockhart is indeed like Stadia, it further shows that they are headed down this path of sort of doing away with the console and being a cloud-based gaming service. They are also very, very focused on the merging of generations, sort of like the iPhones do. Whereas Sony has come out and said that they believe in generational systems, that there has to be a jump. I think the writing's on the wall that if not the Xbox Series X, the one after it may be their last one.
Is this a controversial opinion? The chat's asking again. I think it is, because you say this to some people and they will swear black and blue this is not true.
They will try and knife me.
I think,
story.
yeah,
I
I
agree
totally,
with you on this one.
They want to knife me.
I mean,
I totally
agree
agree with this one. I was actually going to put this one in, and then I noticed Ben had already done it. It's a weird one. My one was going to be you're going to see Xbox on PlayStation eventually. They're going to stop making consoles, and there'll be a service that you can get on PlayStation.
There'll be Netflix.
Yeah, Game Pass will be all they are, and you'll be able to access Game Pass through PlayStation and through your Switch.
So just quick show of hands, and in the chat, just shout out if you can. Who do you think the Sony pony here is? Floppy, me, Brayden, or the guy who said, "Nah, all of Sony's competitors are eventually just going to come to Sony because Sony rules."
What do you mean?
I love PlayStation. Stop putting me on.
Yeah, he loves
Xbox.
PlayStation.
No, he's an Xbox man.
I'm not.
Brayden, what do
I
you
gotta
think?
say, I love playing my Xbox exclusives. I've never owned an Xbox in my life. I can play any of them I want.
On PC.
I've never owned an Xbox ever.
I've owned Xboxes, and I always buy them towards the end of the generation when they're really cheap.
I don't own a PC.
Well, if we didn't have a PC, we wouldn't be able to do the show.
I don't own a PC.
That's fair enough.
All right, Floppy, what's your last controversial
My
opinion?
last controversial opinion is that it's hard because it puts me in a pretty hard place because I actually fall under this one. So I think old games are only held in as high regard as they are because of nostalgia, not because they are good, not because they are great games. I think they are a good product. I can hear you getting angry at me.
I'm not getting angry. I'm just...
I am
Breathing.
a sucker for nostalgia. I suffer from the biggest nostalgia bombs, and I, in my memories, make things better than they were. I'm happy to admit that.
It's not what nostalgia means, but yeah.
Hey?
The true meaning of nostalgia is to open up an old wound. It's actually a bad thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
I've been misusing the word nostalgia
as a
forever
good thing.
then.
Yeah, no, it's supposedly. I had this game. It's a bad thing. It's the feeling of like pain you get from something that was in your past that you have no access to anymore.
Can I change the title of this?
No. But people use
Mate, you want to
nostalgia.
change the title or something?
Can't do that.
Welcome to Nostalgia, our new show where we open up fleshy scabs that are all over our body, like Dan's shoulder.
So and my point being, like, if you take someone who hasn't played, say, Final Fantasy VII Original and hasn't played the Final Fantasy VII New one, and then ask them to play, how highly regarded is Final Fantasy VII old school PS1. Like, it is huge. It is up there in one of
Yeah,
probably
people think
one
it's
of
the
the
best game in the
You've
world.
never played it. You know what that game is. You're not going to play it if you have the option of playing a new one.
Because we have these things called flashpoint memories. This is a psychological term. Flashpoint memories.
Someone did some research.
Well, no, I did psychology for years at uni before dropping out.
Crazy man.
But yeah, so what it is, you have distinctive memories with sounds, smells, and things that you remember from your childhood. And just think about a lot of these times, people are playing these games. And when they're young and they're impressionable, and these games come on and they feel it, and then you yearn for that as you get older and the world gets shittier, and you just want to go back to like those times. And the perfect way to do that is have these flashpoint memories where even for a split second playing these games, you were transported back to when you were a kid and you didn't have any worries in the world, and you were sitting there in front of your CRT playing.
That's my point. Those games aren't as good as we think they are.
Yeah,
I'll take
it
another one,
happened
for
to me with
example.
Final Fantasy because I never played Final Fantasy 7. And then I got the new remake, and I was just like, this isn't very good at all. And everyone's like, it's the best game out. It's game of the year. I'm like, is it really? Or are you just remembering the first time you played Final Fantasy 7?
Take GoldenEye, for example. How huge is GoldenEye? GoldenEye
terrible.
is an amazing game because of what it ushered in. Have you gone back and played it lately?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
it's
a
ass.
hot piece of trash.
really
Yeah,
bad.
my mates go, because I never played it through the first one. My mates had like a GoldenEye night, and they invited me around, and I went there, and I was like, this is terrible. Like,
Shit.
I don't want to...
As
It's
a
a game-
youngin' who had never played it before, ever, never grew up with it, I couldn't even play it. I like in my brain.
It is horrible.
I couldn't
Now, I
control
love
it.
playing it, despite how horrible it is, because it gives me good memories of when I was a kid, and it was the first time I got on there and played multiplayer games with some friends. And, you know, but the fact is, that's a game that you have to have a job. You have to have a rule of don't play Odd Job. Like, that's not a good game. You
I
have
always
to,
played as Odd Job.
no,
Screw you
Odd
guys.
Job.
No.
No.
I will counter your argument there with just
Okay.
2 words.
Yes.
Chrono Trigger.
Okay, so there are always exceptions to every rule.
Chrono Trigger to me, I
bored.
tried to play it recently as well, and I was like, it's just whatever.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that it's a blanket rule that all old games are worse than new games. There are plenty of new games that come out that are hot pieces of shit.
Yeah, that is
but yeah,
true.
I
Oh,
believe
we're
that
spoiled
older
for
games.
games now. So there's like, back in
People
the
are-
day, you played whatever you could get.
Yeah. I
Um,
think people like me go back and play older games because it takes us back to being a kid, not because we think those games are better than the games that are out today.
Yep. All right, we've got a couple more viewer controversial opinions that we'll go through before we get onto the grand finale. Adrian said Super Nintendo was the peak of console gaming.
There we go.
Incorrect.
The exact reason.
It's only because you love it from when you were a kid.
Anthony said sprite art is way cooler than 4K.
Sorry, Ant, I love you. Incorrect.
Ant, I wasn't surprised. Is that Ant? As in,
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was. If he was in the chat, he would be drilling me right now about my Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah,
opinions.
totally.
I'm kind of glad he's not watching this time.
See, I was actually looking at the chat just seeing if there was going to pop up, but no. And finally, from Ashraf, turning God of War from a hack and slash game into a story-focused third-person action game wasn't a great idea.
Ooh, game of the year, though.
No, he's got a good. It kept-
God of War was one of the better hack and slash games, and now it's just like everything else.
Ooh, okay,
controversial and he's in the chat as well. He can back it up with a.
good. Okay.
He can
Look,
back.
I
it.
understand what Ashraf's saying, but it, I think, comes down to what the new game. I don't even think the new God of War is a God of War game. I think it's a completely separate
I thought it was
entity.
too far. I agree with Asher. I think it was too far and few between the slashing and the story. There was too much big gaps in between it.
But see, what you look for in the game, and I don't know what Ashraf looks for in the game, but I know what you look for in the game is that action, that pounding, that slashing, that blood, that gore. That's what you like.
Oh yeah.
I personally like really heartfelt, really well-paced, story-driven narratives in games like Super Mario Brothers.
Where's the princess?
Oh, no, Peach got stolen. Go get her.
Quick,
Jump off.
Mario! All of my people have been turned into blocks. You haven't been running around smashing them with your fist, have you?
Uh-oh.
Mario!
No.
All my friends have turned into cardboard and tissue paper.
That was Luigi.
Anyway, what I'm saying is that different people like different things. Ashraf obviously likes those old hack and slash games, but as I said, maybe you need to think of it as the new God of War. While it still has Kratos, it's old man Kratos, not the college jock Kratos. It's old man 40-year-old Kratos. Braden.
Devil May Cry's still out there.
Cool hack and slash. And you know what? I actually have to think about it. I kind of agree with Ashraf in the
Free on
fact
Game
that
Pass.
the new Assassin's Creed, like Odyssey, It was a great game. Modern Assassin's Creed game.
I played it for a while. I really enjoyed it.
It was a wonderful game, but it wasn't an Assassin's Creed
got
game.
a
I think that's what
boat
he's
and then I
getting at.
gave
It was
up.
a wonderful game that wasn't a God of War game.
Do you know what else is a wonderful
true.
game? Do you know what is a fantastic game? Do you know what is the best game that we've ever done ever in the history of everything?
Metal Gear Solid?
Damn.
Versus the world.
I was ready.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get much smoother transitions than that. Good job, Braden.
Can't see anything now.
I try.
We are playing Dan versus the World, in which Dan takes on the world, consisting of Floppy and Braden, as they try and guess the music from a game. Now, I have 3 songs here. I will play the first 5 seconds of one song. Then these 2 teams each have 5 questions, which they'll alternatively ask, trying to guess where that song came from in the gaming sphere. That was a sphere.
The world.
Sphere.
Can I just say, I just took my glasses off and now everything's blurry. I can't
Yeah,
see a
same
thing.
here. It's hurting my eyes. Let's go.
Oh, all these people with their glasses. Anyway, don't spoil it in the chat.
And hair.
Here we
People
go.
with no
First song.
glasses and
Song
hair.
number 1. Coming at you.
Is it this?
Boring. Dan, question number 1.
What genre of game is that one, mate?
RPG, buddy.
Oh, gosh, Shrimpy Barbie.
Yeah. World.
Do you want to guess or no? Do you want me to take it?
Are you using? You don't do
There's
modding
going to be
games,
one
do
thing that's going to trip us up, though.
Yeah, I know, and I don't
both
want
know
to.
it.
I'm wondering if we ask one question if it's going to spoil it or not.
you? Oh, this is
I don't
rubbish.
think if you ask... Can I...
You reckon console?
Yes.
Yes.
Ask
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys write a novel about it? A thesis, an essay. I'll subscribe to your newsletter.
Sorry, Brad.
You'll be able to get the answer if you read that.
Is it on, Ben?
PlayStation 4. Dan, question number 2.
I don't know what it is. I wasn't even listening to it, to tell you the truth. I thought I'd just narrow it down with questions.
You did.
What is the main character? Since they know it anyway.
It's a little boy. Gentlemen,
Great.
World.
Floppy?
Go for a floppy.
It is Ninokuni Remastered on PS4.
Full title.
Wrath of the White Witch.
Correct.
Jesus. I wouldn't have, even if I knew it was Ninokuni, I wouldn't have known that bit. So I never had
I
that.
played it just last year.
So we've got Dan on 16 and the World on 17 now. All right, here we go. Song number 2.
This is cool.
Yes.
I like that.
If you're watching this on YouTube, just go back 5-10 seconds just to where before the song starts and watch Braden's face when the bit tunes start. It's great.
What did he do?
Well,
He just went,
Because instantly I'm like, I don't know what it is from sound.
I wasn't born when this came out, obviously.
Well, don't worry, I never know what they often sound anyway.
okay, question number 1, Dan.
What was the last question? What was it? I'm gonna ask a different question. What genre? No, what console is it on?
This one was on the NES.
The NES, hey?
ANES.
You know, if you turn the Sony word upside down, it says anus.
What's your question?
Stupid. Have we talked about it on the show?
Not this show, no.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Question number 2.
That's a good question. What genre? Did I ask that? Genre?
No, you haven't asked that yet.
What genre is it?
It's a stealth game.
Ooh.
It's going to be one of 2.
Okay. Yeah.
On the SNES.
No, NES.
Oh, NES. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Gentlemen, question number 2.
Was it the first
Step
in
on a
the
rake.
series?
Yes, it was the first in the
Good work,
series.
Floppy. I'll let you take this one.
Dan, a stealth game.
Metal Gear?
Yes!
Notice I didn't
That
say.
was a silly question.
Oh, no, because it could have been Metal Gear 2.
I know, but you needed
exactly.
to find a different way to word it because the next question was Dan's.
Yeah, damn it, Guinness,
17
everyone.
each.
Only thinking about it now, the only way you could have narrowed it down further is if you kill one of the major characters in the franchise in the end.
Ooh. But no, because
you don't.
oh no, naked. You kill
Yeah.
naked at the end, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, chat.
Incidentally, you've just seen that. Is that officially released? You know, you can go on YouTube and there's a
He's right. Tanny's right, but it was also on the NES.
There was a MOV. Yeah, but this one was from the NES, Townsy. So it wasn't from the MSX.
I'm sorry, Braden.
There is a cutscene
I
of
was
Naked
with
Snake after Solid has shot him, and he's lying down, and Big Boss calls him, and they have a conversation as he's dying.
Yeah, we could go for ours.
Okay.
Next one.
Anyway. All right, here we go.
My mum's
Song
calling. I have, to
number
go for,
3.
I have to go for dinner.
Is it Frozen 2?
Yeah, I win the point.
Question number 1, Dan.
What are you in it?
You're a plumber.
Whoa.
Great. Now, next.
Oh, that only narrows down to about 40 games.
Damn it.
Well, you just got to think of the music, what type of sound chip it was. If Link was in the chat, he'd tell you what kind of sound processor was in there. World, question number 1.
What's your core gameplay mechanic?
Jumping.
Yeah. Jumping, yeah.
Okay.
What genre? What console?
So, all right, so this character, all right, we know it's Mario.
Yeah.
Jumping is his core
oh,
mechanic.
could have been another plumber.
Could have been Luigi's Mansion. He's a plumber.
That's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, you get a free one. Like his core mechanic is jumping. So
Okay.
if you said what is the mechanic of this
yeah.
game,
Could have been in plumbers don't
Alright.
wear tires as
That's
well.
what I was going for, but that's
well, you
read
didn't
that?
say that,
If
did
you
you,
reply,
Raider?
I'll ask next time.
Because I
All right.
squinted heaps.
Question number 2, Dan.
What? What is so it's Mario game, and what console is it on? I might give it away, but
This one was on the Wii.
oh yeah, that doesn't give anything away.
There's a lot there.
Jesus. Oh, here we go. Here
Well,
we go.
question 2.
Settle in for the long haul.
Ooh.
Batman long game.
It's,
5-year plan. Come on.
Is she in both, or is she only in the second?
She's in
What are you
both.
talking about? She. What are you talking about? She.
Don't worry, Dan.
No, you have to give it a-
something that can specify without ruining it.
Yeah, I don't even know
I
what
can't-
game.
Can we just
I
have
don't
a
even
stab?
know what Mario game.
what are the
was.
scores?
Was it
We're,
Wii or
oh,
Wii
we're
U?
tied.
You're all
Exactly
tied up.
tied.
Was it Wii or Wii U?
Wii.
Just
Uh,
Wii.
We're tied.
Was it okay? Was it the end of a franchise? I think saying it like that, I think I can get away with.
I don't know any of the Mario games on the Wii, so
I
you're
think
pretty
you can
safe.
get away with that.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Do you guys know what
Dan,
it
question number 3.
Oh, fuck, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm really backing up the wrong tree.
is? What
Well, it sounds like they have a pretty good...
is there any voice acting in it?
Ooh, yeah, I think there is a little bit. Yeah, I think there is.
Because if there's not, and I don't get it right, I still get the point. Dan,
Chat,
come
chat.
on. Okay. I can.
Chat, let me know, yes or no, is there voice acting in this game? I think there is. I think the lady in it...
Maybe they don't
Says
know
a
what it is
word.
either.
I don't know what it is.
Do you want me to Google it? See if it.
Yeah, if you can just look up...
Shall I just,
Yeah,
shall I just throw it out there?
I was going to write all the clues in there to see if it comes up with it.
All right, guys, what do you want?
Am I just throwing it out there, Braden?
Yes.
You can't look up like the
I don't know if
name
you
of
say
the
yes to
game.
me or-
That's
I'm
like-
saying yes to you saying it.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Yes, it is. I think Rosalina had some voice acting.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
And
Okay,
technically Mario goes, oh.
Laura Faye Smith.
That's not voice acting, that's making noises.
All right.
With what?
Do the correct button.
Your voice.
Braden, you didn't do the correct button.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you?
Not words.
Anyway, take us out.
The correct button.
Take us out.
Do the wrong button, Braden.
Thank you. We have been Hack the Dino. This is our critical path. This has been episode 99. Thank you so much for joining us. Wherever you jumped on board the good ship Dino, we're glad you hacked your way all the way to... I'm going to rehearse that a lot better next time. But we've got episode 100 coming up for our next show. It's going to be... What do we call it? An intimate evening with Hack the Dino. Don't forget, you can win some free games. You can... Stop it. I'm trying to wrap it up, and you're all being very silly. You can win free games. You can win that beautiful... Would you stop?
Well done, chat.
Yeah, you have to say what's going on. A lot of people don't know. The chat's teasing Ben about like Mario not being a voice actor.
That's not voice acting.
It's a me.
40
He was the one who said it wasn't voice acting. I was saying, yes, it was. Why is everyone against me?
It's not voice acting.
What
Sound
have I
effect
ever
acting.
done? How do you make that sound? What part of your body do you use
Which one?
when you're going? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What?
Could have been doing that.
I don't
with
make
his
that noise.
butthole.
You use your voice.
So that means if you get hired to do like sounds, you're a voice actor.
Yeah. Okay. So besides Michael Winslow, who on the history of Earth has ever been hired to do that?
Me.
We've been Hack the Dino. This is episode 99 of our Critical Path. I'd like to thank you all for coming. Please join us next time, where we come to you for our 100th episode spectacular. We have got that Hack the Dino 100th episode controller up for grabs. You can win that by subscribing to the We Are Robots newsletter. You can find it in the chat or just visit wearerobots.com and sign up there. Also follow them on Instagram. You can win some Steam codes for Right, the brand new fantastic pixel indie game that I have played and love and highly recommend you should all go for. Dan is going to be streaming it very, very soon. We will be back soon, but you should go over to youtube.com/hackthedino, subscribe. You should hit that like button and please tell people about us. If you enjoy, we've had really good people in the chat tonight.
Leave some reviews.
Use your voice acting to tell people. what
That's
you're saying.
right. Share it with some friends. Just if you know anyone who kind of likes gaming, who kind of likes four white dorks talking about games.
Racist.
Just, well, I'm allowed to be. I'm privileged. I'm not.
Controversial.
No,
You can't. No. This is my strong opinion, and I'm sorry to get political. You cannot be racist to white people.
No. White
True,
people are
no.
pieces of shit. So, Spotify. Head over there as well. But yeah, just tell people about us. We're going to try and get on some more podcasts. If you got a podcast you want us to come on,
4 crackers and a dinosaur.
right in, that's it.
That's our
We're
new
done.
tagline.
No, I want to talk a little bit more.
All right,
I
go
want
for it, Dan.
to. I want to plug my
Okay, yeah, Dan, plug your things.
plug my podcast. So I have a horror movie podcast that I do with Jennifer Strand over. You just have to check out TerraVision Horror Podcast. So if you like horror films, go over to there, check me out, check us out. So we're on all major streaming. We're everywhere. We're exactly the same as everything. We're on YouTube. We're on all the streaming softwares. Look up TerraVision Horror Podcast. It's the best. Floppy, you got anything?
Yeah, mate, you can come over and check me out on Instagram at Floppy Plays Games. It'll show you whatever I've picked up lately, what I am playing. Yeah, come have a look.
Braden?
You can go check out Millennial Movie Talk. If you like movies and you like podcasts, come listen to us talk about movies on a podcast.
And if you like retro things, be sure to check out our spin-off podcast, Retro Trigger. I've just interviewed Sean Fuster, the best-selling author and the court reporter on Transformers Gen 1. And that dude, I actually
Court
had...
reporter on Transformers.
The trial of Megatron was lit, y'all.
I was trying to help Cybertron.
Well, I'm the leader now,
Energon Cube.
If the jet does not fit, you cannot acquit.
That's how you voice act. He's over there. I even had one of the Transformer toy guys who knows everything about Transformers drop me a line and say, love the podcast. I learned some things even I didn't know about Transformers, and I freaking know about
Yeah, he's
Transformers.
great.
I love
Crazy
Generation
into it,
1
eh?
Transformers. That guy has forgotten more than I will know.
Yeah, amazing. So check it out. Just search Retro Trigger Pod or Retro Trigger on all the little SoundCloudy things. This has been a big long show. It's 2 hours long.
That's because there was, and we cut out deals, we cut out Kojima Watch,
we cut it all out. But next week, 100th episode. We really hope you
Are we
can
going to say
join
what
us.
it's called?
We already have numerous times.
The intimate evening with Hack the
An
Dino?
intimate
Well
evening.
done, Kevin.
We're going to have, it's going to look completely different the whole show.
It's going to be a
that means I
respectful
have-
show.
It's going to be a respectful show.
Maybe.
We're all
So-
going to get along. We're going to hold hands.
We
We're going to
will-
blow kisses.
Definitely dress respectable.
Tell your wife, tell your kids.
Hard you are, hard you can.